Today, we're taking on the job of rebuilding the Akron Zips. The Akron Zips are located in the Midwest Conference and haven't had a lot of success in recent years, but things are looking up with the new coach, Joe Moorhead, coming in, a former Oregon and Penn State offensive coordinator on a big contract. And so we are going to be taking over as him to give ourselves 5 years to bring the Akron Zips maybe to glory. But during this rebuild, we're going to give ourselves another set of challenges to hopefully complete as we push towards that national championship. The first is going to be focused in the recruiting. I want 3 classes inside the top 25, as that will be a big step up for this roster. And then from there, I want 1 conference championship in tow to really bring this team to glory. And as a bad roster during this entire rebuild, I want to maintain a 66 win percentage. That means we have to get 8 wins a season. And so make sure to like and subscribe if you do enjoy these rebuilds, and let's jump right into it. And looking at our schedule in year number 1, it's going to be a little bit interesting. We open up with 2 really good teams, but then Air Force and James Madison before we do get into conference play. But looking about how our roster is going to shape up in year 1, Taj Bullock is going to be the starter at quarterback for us. Net receiver Alex Adams is going to lead the way in a very depleted core, but maybe even more depleted is the running back room. We only have 3 guys on roster total playing the position for us, and so that means going after a running back in year number 1 is going to be a must for us. But our offensive line isn't any good either. Sure, the only one in the middle who is going to be even close to touching an 80 overall. Maybe a bright spot for us is our defensive line. Nully, Alder, and Jackson all going to be on the interior for us as we are running a 4-3 defense, but our linebacking core a little bit worse for wear here. Cooper is good, but nobody's behind him here as we look at the rest of the team. But Darian Lewis has to be our stud at corner. He's going to be holding down the fort there with Golden Nelson behind him. But it's time to see how we do in year number 1. I'm not sure if we're going to jump into a lot of games, but in week number 1, I at least want a live sim to see how we hold up against the second best team in the country, Ohio State, as hopefully one day this becomes a situation where it's going to be all about us here taking down Ohio State. But this is a little bit closer than I thought, and our first ever game here is only a couple points separate us, but Ohio State does finally put up another one. As late in the game we push it to maybe overtime, but we did officially lose. Maybe this is a good opportunity to showcase that we're here now. Joe Moorhead's Akron Zips, we can hang with the best of them, but I did make Taj Bullock the starter, and he already went down with an injury. So it was Finley who did have to come in and went 10 for 10. But with Rutgers, it was a lot worse. We couldn't get the offense going, only got 3 field goals, so shout out our kicker. But maybe it's finally a game we can win as we do take on Air Force, and I'm going to jump into the opening drive. But we're going to start off this game with Callum, the junior. Can he run the ball effectively, as he does break a nice tackle? But with Adams being our superstar at wide receiver, I do want to look at him eventually here as Callum does get the ball again. Way to break a tackle in the first down. As with Bullock going down, Finley actually has done pretty well, as the RPO in this offense is kind of disgusting here. Wilson getting another but I do have to do it one time. How well can we throw the ball up here one-on-one, and we just get tagged by the defensive lineman, so that didn't work. So we're going to go right back to it here, rolling out. We're going to have to just try to dump the ball off, and it's intercepted. Jump by the corner there, and that's not how I want our first drive to go. Is we're going to go jump into the sim now. Maybe they'll do better with me not playing. But coming back in, we're into the 4th quarter, and we just need a touchdown here, as it does start with a false start. But I do want to throw the ball to get back into this game. Yes, we threw 1 bad interception, but that's fine as we dump this one off as it's intercepted again. Hold the Bordeaux there as we're going to go down on the 40. So maybe we did just throw away that game, as I do think some of the blame could also be put on the fact that we have 65 overall starting for us at right and left tackle. So then our focus should be on recruiting, and I thought at right guard Adrian Lorenz was going to be perfect for us, but at a play style we have a D-. We need to get it up to a B-, and it's another thing that happened here. Same playing style, same rating, same result. Another recruit locks us out, so we do have to redo our board a little bit. But Ricky Aronox still sitting inside of his top 5, very risky, and we did schedule out a visit. But Trey Daniels as well, making a lot of momentum there. Ohio State, Michigan, and Akron, that's a running you love to see. But the 2 big recruits I'm very excited for, Tame and Waiters. Our offensive line needs to be the focus for this team, as week 6 will be the week where we have to step in and play with the visit. But before we even get there, we get locked out. I thought we were going to have the opportunity to jump up above Kentucky, especially because they were going after Childress hard. Wasn't the case, as we fall in this one. But week 6 against Bowling Green is still going to be very important, because Trey Daniels and George Tame both coming in, and they do complement each other as well in this visit, so that's going to be very nice. And so with the recruits in the building and a must-win game, game, it seems that everything's on the line as we did open up conference play with a win. So another one here would be huge as Walker's going to be the one to get a return here. It would be awesome to get a kick return, but that's not going to happen. And open up this one, we are going to go to the air right away. And look at our offensive line. There's just nothing happening as we just have to throw it away. But we do get called with a bad penalty. But with Bowling Green in a cover 3, maybe we can go ahead and take a shot here. Adams backside. Adams can't hold on. So on 3rd and 18, we have to go to a wide receiver screen here. Just give Adams somewhere to run as I see the break maybe up the middle if we could just accelerate. We are going to have to go back to the sim here as we punted that one away. But the end of the first quarter is here. Still 6-0 on the board unless it's a big score from Akron, which is huge. But with a 2-minute warning here, we are jumping back in and we're going to try to extend the lead here. I see this one across the middle and is going to be caught. Ben Finley doing such a good job here as we give the ball off up the middle. McCallum's only got 3 yards on 3 carries. Probably not a good look here for our recruit in the building. Or maybe it is a good look as it's showing that, hey, we need a guy that bad here as Norton gets the catch and gets into the end zone. So we help the Akron Zips extend their lead here and maybe in front of the most important recruits in program history. But late in the game here, coming back, it looks like we do have a lead and we just need to run out the clock. They're going to burn timeouts on us as we take this one up the middle and Williams can't get anywhere. But we just need to be able to pick this one up here. RPO to the outside. Can the blocks get picked up? No, they can't. Adams, we needed that. And so we do have to punt this one away here. Jackson's going to be the one to boom it and hopefully we can get some backspin on it here as it is just going to bounce into the end zone. And so we're coming out on defense. We need to make a stop here. Cover 3. They go somewhere quick here as they hit to the outside. And it's a great knockdown by Lewis. He is one of the best players in the MAC and it's absolutely beautiful there as they're going to hit this one to the outside. This time it's not complete either as on 3rd and 10, we're bringing blitz, heavy pressure, have to get it out. They throw it underneath and as long as we make the tackle, we force 4th down. But they are going to be going for it here. We just have to make this stop. Something quick here as they throw it to the outside and it's knocked down and intercepted. Lang Taylor is going to be the one to hold it in. And we're not going to try to take this one back no matter the speed here as we're just going to go down, take a knee, and walk away with a win. The freshman stepping up, a massive interception. We win, and hopefully our recruits are a little bit happy. And I'm happy to say it did enough for us. George Tame, welcome to the Akron Zips. But Trey Daniels is looking very good. We just need him to commit before week 13 and maybe even week 7 with West Virginia in play. But Jalen Harris is somebody else I'm so worried about. You see Penn State climbing up the ranks here with the pipeline in tow. But as we get to week number 9, there's some good news and some bad news. Trey Daniels did leave us, commit to Michigan instead, but Jalen Harris in as the number 19th best receiver in this class. Like famous coach Bob Green once said, it's mixed feelings right now. It's like watching your mother-in-law drive off a cliff in a Cadillac, but a 3-star quarterback's always something to maybe tilt the scales. Is Joshua Windman coming and still beating out Buffalo? But in our game this week, Anthony Waiters is coming to town as a pass protector, which is huge, so maybe we can lock him up here today. And so I want to help us get on the board first here early in this game. Crosser maybe working. Wilson running all the way sideline to sideline to get the early first down. But so far this season, we've actually played very, very well in conference play as Callum's going to get a good rush of 5 as we already do have more wins in the past 2 years combined here as we do go to a screen pass. Adams, can we fall ourselves forward? And we can't. So we're on a 3rd down already here. Scrambling out. Should be a nice little tight end across the middle, but we can't make the throw. And I'm not sure I agree with coach suggestions here, but we're going for it as we're going to try to go to the tight end who does make the catch this time. And he gets off to the races a little bit past the midfield mark. Good call, Coach Moorhead there as it all did work out. As now we're going to take a deep shot. Adams one-on-one. Can he haul it in? No, he can't. So I don't always know if those deep shots are going to work here to Adams, but a draw play doesn't work either. And so we're already another 3rd down here. Can we do it? Running back screen, just trying to get the ball out to him, cutting it back up, trying to find a lane, and maybe we're in field goal range. But Coach Suggestions wants to go for it again. This time we're 4 yards out. Can we go ahead and get it? We're going to hit this crosser, and it's not going to be good enough as Eastern Michigan is going to go ahead and take over. But it looks like this game's not going to go in our favor here as Eastern Michigan, who is 5-2, putting up 21-0 on us here in the first half. As in the second half, it looks like it's more of the same as we're going through. We still can't put a single score on the board going into the 4th quarter, but finally we are able to put in a touchdown pass and we respond with another touchdown here. So maybe we could jump in and help spike a comeback here as we're going to test this one deep across the middle and it's intercepted just like that. All the hopes we had, everything we built up. Maybe I'm still a menu merchant here as he goes down. But looking at our schedule as a whole, yes, we started off the year with 4 straight losses, but we are 4-1 in our last 5 games, which is a great feeling. As in the MAC West, we are sitting in 3rd place. Eastern Michigan, the only team above us that I'm really worried about. I think we can take down Toledo in a game, but we did get a quarterback we can be excited about in Joshua Windman. But in sad news, Anthony Waiters gone to Michigan State. They came out of nowhere with a visit, creeped up into the top 5, then did the same thing to secure the sign. But with things in a weird spot and some recruits recruits starting to lean our way a little bit. We do have a rivalry game against Kent State, and I'm adding in a challenge to this video. I want to beat Kent State at least 3 times out of the 5 times that we will play them. But oh my gosh, look at the stands there. There's not a single person in it, as it is going to be golden to open up this game on the return here, as we're going to try to cut it back and have a little bit of room, but only get to the 15. But hopefully our recruits are looking at this too, because at this point, that's all that really matters, is we are going to throw into the window, but we get stuck up on Adam. Maybe Wilson on a drag. He's going to come open for us. We're just going to hit this behind in this window, and that's what a catch by Norton. But if they're in cover 2, maybe we could take some guys out of the play here, as we're going to throw this up and over, and the linebacker does drop back, as our offense is run, gun, spread, deep shot here. I see him up and over the top. Adams, they're beating him, and Adams is going to bring it in, and if he could break one more tackle, would have a touchdown. A great catch from Adams to put him on the goal line here, as we are going to scramble out here, try to find somebody. If we could hit this in the window, that'd be nice, as Wilson can't hold on. But with nobody on top of Norton, we're going to go quick to him here, just in the seam. Can Norton bring it down? And he does. Touchdown Akron early in this game, starting the rivalry off right. Maybe our challenge will be easy, but we're going to jump to the sim. And even though they're a couple overall points better than us, we do put up a score here in the 4th quarter, as we are going to walk away with a win against Kent State, as that's going to be huge for our conference standing. As for the time being, the wheel is going to be ours. The wheel wagon winners here, as we do pick up our 38th ever win in this rivalry. But what does this mean for our conference standings now? Well, we're in 3rd, 5-2, and we play Toledo this week, so it's going to be another game in year number 1 that we're going to have to jump into. But being 5-6 on the year, there's also the potential of a bowl game on the line. So much in year number 1 has gone right for us that honestly I didn't expect to happen. And so after our defense did make a play, can we come out and put up a score early, as it is a good hit there? But Joe Moorhead in year number 1 of at least our rebuild making plays, as Norton does get another first down on the season for us, as Adams is really good, but Norton in the slot seems to have developed into such a good player. But we're going to go test him anyways. Adam to the outside. It's a bad throw to bounds, so we're going to resettle back down, throw the ball across the middle. The running back's going to have it, but we do just miss him. So now it's 3rd and 10. Can we make a play happen here? We're going to have to scramble up in the pocket. It's just a sack very quickly, and so things not going our way, as it is going to be Toledo pulling in an opening score. Maybe Akron can return the favor, but we do fumble the football away, so we're going to step back in, help them out, go to work again here. An RPO action is going to have Wilson out the open field. Wilson actually almost making a man fall out of his shoes on a spin, as the RPO is just so unbelievably deadly. You can go to it again and again, but that time maybe not. But I blame that on blocking, not anything else here. It's underneath. We're going to make the catch with Norton to make it 3rd and 6. We have to fight to the first down marker here. It's going to be a cover 3s. We're going to try to throw it out, but we try to step up and get sacked, so that didn't work. We have to punt this one away here. Almost a bad punt, but we do almost get hit, as it is going to be fair caught. And so we make our way back to the sim, as it is going to be Toledo not getting it done. And so we're going to jump in one more time here with so much on the line. Can we make it work? A zig route to the outside that Adams does catch for 3, but with press coverage coming out, maybe we can get something to work here. So we're going to try to go up to Adams, and it is just going to be knocked down twice, so it's a tough 3rd down that we just have to pick up. And the slant route coming out, but it's jumped from the other side, as Toledo, a lot of overall points higher than us, and it's showing here, as they do put in a score here on 3rd down, and it seems like it's just not in the cards for us, as Toledo goes on a scoring explosion. Akron, we can't do anything, as the final score 44-36. But that loss did hit us big, as it does mean that we fell in the MAC playoff, MAC championship opportunity, so we have to look forward to next year. But still, a lot of waves, a lot of momentum made, and with the season coming to an end, Trayshawn Holden did walk away with the Heisman Trophy, playing for Oregon with 15 touchdown catches. But in the MAC, we actually right now have one of the best recruiting classes. Central Illinois does lead the way, but it's our opportunity to bring in 4 stars. We put all of our focus into the recruiting, and so far it's paying off, but we are nowhere close to this. The college football playoffs, these are the teams that are in it right now. Texas Tech putting together a very, very good season, but Oregon securing the number 1 seed. But moving a little bit more forward, Texas A&M as the 12th seed did make it to the college football playoffs, run the table, got the way to the national championships, taking out Oregon, Boston College, and Penn State. One of those teams is not like the other, but Alabama fighting their way in as well over Boise State. And somehow Texas A&M walked away with it, beating Alabama. Jalen Milroe putting a massive stamp on their dynasty. Hopefully that will be us one day, but we have to look on to next year, and players leaving is a big issue. Lions gone. Damian David could be gone as well. Those are two big players to our dynasty, but persuading Lions, he did decide to stay, which is massive to our offensive line. But with David, I have to use it as well. He's supposed to be a starter for us next year, but he did not get persuaded, and so we have to look down now to Terrence Thomas. He has to be somebody to stay, but he doesn't as well, and so hopefully Jester could be the last one that is persuaded, and he is. So that's a good move there. Williams is going to be gone, which does suck, but we're going to look on now to the recruiting, the end of season days, where we have 4 tries to try to get as many players as possible, but our team prestige did somehow drop from a 1.5 star all the way down to a 1. But looking at our transfer portal, there's not a lot of 2 stars, 3 stars that really intrigue me that much, and we just don't have a lot of hours to spend. We have to be smart about how we target recruits to bring them in. But after a good day number 1, 2, 3 middle linebackers all to commit to us, all of them 3 stars, and a right guard as well. But it is fun to always beat out Ohio State and Michigan all for a 3-star running back. But with season number 1 done, we didn't have to get a lot of recruits. We had to get good recruits. That's where this team is built out, and that we did here with 23 different guys. And wow, did it work out for us. Number 39 ranked in the nation in our first year recruiting. People love Joe Moorhead coming in. This is exactly what we wanted here. With only 21, still made a splash. With real no players changing position, we have to go on to our training results. How did our players progress? We don't have any points there as a coach, but Lewis jumping up 1 is massive. But Finley, who is returning as a senior redshirt quarterback, did jump up just a tad. But at receiver, this is what I needed with Adams gone. Norton up to an 80 is huge, as Max Windsor, the tight end, maybe the biggest jump from him, getting up to an 84. But in our offensive line, 73, 79, 73, 81, 72, a little bit better than what we were dealing with last year. But our linebacking cores where things got scary. We lost everybody. We had to replace everybody, and McCoy getting up to a 77 makes me feel a little bit more comfortable. But Jester, thank goodness we asked for him to come back. What a massive jump up to an 81. And at strong safety, Lang Taylor, the sophomore, getting up to a 74. But with all that being said, it's now time to move on and look at year number 2, where hopefully we can do a little bit of things different. But moving on to year number 2, our team's up to an 80 overall, and I think that's a best case scenario for us. But Rashard Mota is going to be our starter at middle linebacker. Tavares is going to be a red-shirted freshman. But I think our biggest risk on the red shirt is going to be Markel Abraham. We brought him in as maybe a running back. He was an athlete, but he's actually a really good outside linebacker in a 4-3 look. But quarterback Joshua Wimmin is also going to be red-shirted, with Finley being the starter this year and Bullock still backing him up. It's going to be interesting to see how that all works. But recruiting is going to be very, very weird this year, only because there's not a lot of great quarterbacks in this class. We did find a 3-star gem, but a lot of people didn't have interest in us. It's going to make it a little weird. But the goal this year is going to be wins. Notice we do not have a very good schedule this year. Not a lot of ranked teams, and I think we're going to do this purposely to try to pick up some massive wins, and hopefully that will help us get our goal of winning at least 8 games this year. But how did those first 4 games go, though? Not so well. We did win against Army, but it was James Madison and UAB handing us very, very bad losses. This one especially here, as Finley walked away with 2 interceptions, and that was about it. So it's definitely not what you want to see to start the season, but we do have 2 bye weeks before conference play starts, and it's every single game in a row, so hopefully things will be a little bit easier for us, as Toledo is the only team with a higher overall than us. But I am happy that we do open up conference play with a 4-star, well, 3-star gem quarterback. Casey Ritchie is going to be coming in to be our quarterback, hopefully of the future. But Akron, battle for the wagon wheels, how we're going to open up MAC play, and I do want to test the roster. I do want to see how things are moving as we're going to jump in here on the first offensive drive at least. But we did lose to them last year, so now we have to even out the series here, and Jalen Harris is going to get the first catch. Jalen Harris, the freshman, getting out, and he fumbles the football in the first play with him. But I want him to be an absolute weapon for us. Yes, he is only 5'7", but there are positives about him, and it's his speed, his ability, and his development trait as you go to the ground there. Wilson, what a juke move. That was absolutely disgusting there, as the drag routes just work. As we go to again here, Harris, spin move, getting at least 5. But Golden checks in at running back, and we are going to finally run the ball here as we do hit the hole up the middle. Golden getting to the end zone, and he's going to be diving in very easily down the field there. What a way to open up MAC play for us here, as we are going to go to the sim now. Hopefully our team can pick it up, as that was a deep ball pass touchdown, up 17-0. A very big turn of events here, as last year it was Kent State scoring explosion coming out from them, as we did walk away with a loss in that one, as we do take it into halftime, up 27-0. And even though we put up only 3 in the second half, still enough to walk away with the win. The rivalry is ours. We now even out the series and start off MAC play very, very well. But to make it even sweeter, we got the gem of the class for us. 4-star right end, Kerry Eaton, also a gem guy, as now we're just waiting on our other 2, Enrique Maffei and a Trevor Epstein. Love the last name. These guys could round out a very, very good class for us. But after our win against Central Michigan, some more good news for us going over. Both of them did go ahead and commit. Now that starts what could be a good class, but it was interesting to start this year. Like I said, not a lot of recruits interested in us, so it's been an uphill battle, but things so far looking very good. But it has been a really good start for us. Ohio, the one team I do have to worry about, but I love that we're already up to an 80 overall. Bowling Green, another team we are going to have to worry about too. But jumping in here today, I want to take down Western Michigan. I want to see how our team is going to operate and hopefully stay undefeated in the MAC, as it looks like Ben Finley's off to actually a great start this season. But we are going to start out with the air here. We're going to go to Harris underneath as long as he can hold on to it, which he can. But Norton is our receiver number 1 this year, and we're going to go to him on our screenplay, and the ball just bounces around and falls down. So definitely not the start that we did want there. We're going to throw this one up and in the window, and it's caught by Harris on the drag. A throw behind him, but Harris is really the guy I think could break out for this team, become a superstar for us, as he does break one but can't get past the other. And so it's another 3rd down, as we're going to throw this one across the middle. It is going to be caught by Wilson as we cross the midfield stripe. Things so far working very, very well. If we could throw this in the window, that'd be beautiful, and we do. But Finley leaving is going to be a big dent in our program, as we're just going to step up in the pocket and actually just throw this one out. He's not the best scrambler, but he can throw on the run. But down on the goal line now, we are going to try to run this one in. As I see the hole, golden in, touchdown again, as that's a great way to start off this game and hopefully keep our MAC record undefeated, as it looks like going down to the sim, halftime's going to end with almost a score, but instead it's 21-10 Western Michigan, and the lead just continues to get bigger as we finally may drop a MAC game here today. But we're gonna have to put in a score in this 4th quarter if we want it to work, but we go for it on 4th down, don't get it, and Western Michigan does walk away with a win here today. And so now that is gonna make us 3-1 in MAC play. There's still a couple of undefeated teams like Ohio, so it puts a little bit of pressure on. And so going back to the conference standing, Ohio lost, Bowling Green lost, but we did take down Buffalo, which was huge. And so now we have our biggest game, us versus Bowling Green, to put us solidly in 1st place here. But Bowling Green is on a 5-game win streak as we're home for this one, and it's great to see that there's fans in the stadium. The MAC doesn't get a lot of love, but hopefully we can be the staple and show how good this conference can really go ahead and be. But Bowling Green starting off this one here today on offense couldn't do much, so it's our turn now to run this football on the opening play, and we get up for 3. But with them going 1 high safety, maybe we could take some deep shots today. Instead, it's going to be underneath to Harris just for a couple more yards, as we're going to try to run this for the 1st down behind our big offensive line. Can we go ahead and do it? No, we can't. But with Bowling Green not doing anything, we're back to it on offense again here. This time backed up way farther, as we're going to go quick out to the tight end just to get a little bit of space, and we do get some, but it's got to be our running game that's got to get us out of the back of this end zone here, as we're just trying to find a hole and getting pushed forward to make it a 3rd and 5. And so now I think we have enough room here to pass this football across on the drag. Harris has got the speed. Harris off to the races here. A good spin move, making 4 guys miss, as he could really be insane from us. He could be the star that we want here, as we're going to test this one as we do get hit. But with the college football playoffs starting to happen, maybe there's a way where we could find ourselves in some opportunity. Maybe not this year, but next year at least, with how things are working. Except for replacing Finley is going to be tough, as we do take a bad sack, 4th and 15. We have to punt again. And looking at our defense here, they are getting some good stops here as they force another punt. The problem is we've just getting pinned deep all game long here, as we are going to have to scramble out and just throw this one away as we almost take a safety. We just need some way to get our team in the open space, make some big plays there. At least we get 4, but if this is man-to-man, we'll have some success maybe here, breaking out to the outside, but we just don't hit the ball, as life has just been rough for us right now as we're trying to get something to work in. As this is going to be caught with great field position to work with, maybe returned all the way down to the 30-yard line. So Bowling Green looks to take advantage of the field position game game as they do finally walk away with a score. But we're going to continue to sim forward a little bit as it's just more punts coming out from Akron. But it looks like finally we're in scoring position, 3rd and goal, 4th and goal, and we do at least walk away with 3 points there. But Bowling Green responds with a touchdown. So we're going to pick it up in a much more serious 2-minute drill here as we're going to go to the outside with Norton with a catch. 38 seconds left. But I want to put in a touchdown to at least give ourselves a really good shot in this game as there's a flag coming out here as Harris is still up. What could the flag be? As it looks like it's going to be a holding on James, and that's a terrible feeling there as it is going to back us up. But maybe the big crosser for the tight end could work out for us here as I do see him, and he's going to be wide open here. The big tight end getting us down. We're going to burn a timeout. The junior tight end there making a massive play as we're going to be scrambling around here and just dump this one off to the tight end, but maybe a PI could be called. But there's 11 seconds left now, and we do have some timeouts to burn here as we try to throw this one into the window, and it's picked off. It doesn't work. We walk away with no points here as we do go into the half, and it looks like it's just not our day here. 28-3 is the score. We finally put in a score, but it's probably too late here in this one, as with the clock winding down, we put in another score, but it is all too late as it is going to be Bowling Green taking us down. But what does that mean? It has the MAC all shape up. Well, because we also lost to Ball State, which I thought was going to be an easy win, we do finish up 5-3 in 3rd place, just out of the MAC championship with 2 straight losses to finish up the season. So it is not the best look for us as we do move on past week 15 now to the championship weekend, as we do get a middle linebacker to commit to us, which is huge, and then James Boone, a great wide receiver, and John Gray, a tight end. As next year, I promise you that this week we will be playing. But first things first, we are going to go ahead and fire our defensive coordinator and fire our offensive coordinator and look for new coaches to fill those roles. But as we move past that week, we do get a 3-star gem running back, so it does help us out, as well as Dave Slate coming in at outside linebacker is actually a massive pickup. But Brent Morton does walk away with the Heisman Trophy in 2025. 38 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 3,600 yards, which is insane. But we did make ourselves and get ourselves into the Cure Bowl against Arkansas State, so this would be a huge mark on our resume for program prestige that we can win these types of situations. But once again, in the MAC, we're sitting with the best class. This is what we need to do. This is how we need to build things up the right way. We're the only one outside of Miami of Ohio to grab a 4-star, and the 3 stars we're leading the pack. It's just the 2 stars and the 1 stars that we're not getting, but I think that's okay for now. But with Akron not winning a bowl game in a very long time, it'd be nice to pick this one up. The only problem, Arkansas State, a very good offense, averaging over 32 points per game. But today we are going to start in the sim just to see how we do, is that's a very big penalty. It's going to allow Arkansas State to put up an early score, and so we're going to jump in on offense and try to match that here. Holden with a run, breaking through tackles, getting a good gain of 6, but I think Finley has to have a crazy game, and maybe his last ever career one here if we want to make a move. Is on an early 3rd and 2. We are just going to throw this one out to the running back, and he's got to hold on to it, and he does for the first. So far, things looking pretty as now we're going to run this football here. I see the cutback lane with Holden. His acceleration is nice, but so many players in their last ever career game is we're going to test them up and over. Wilson can't hold on, but I switched this to a levels concept underneath. Maybe we can find some people open as we just throw this to the outside and try to get forward for the first down. It's 4th and 2, but on coach suggestions, they want us to be aggressive, and I am all for this here as we're going to go across the middle. Just a nice and easy catch to secure it to Harris, and with him as a slot receiver, I think our future is going to be very bright as we go to him again. This time he just missed the diving catch, as now 2 tight ends do check in for us, and I see him across the middle, and we're going to hit him. Newell, can we get this stiff arm as well? No, we can't, but things are looking really good right now as we go RPO out to Harris, getting some yards out of the deal to pick up 5, but it's time to take a shot at the end zone. Can we get this to work here? I see him coming across here. Harris, the ball's going to be into him. Harris, can we make something work as he puts us down on the goal line? The freshman making massive plays for us as we do spread them out. We're going to try to run this up the middle. 1st and goal here. Can we hit it up the middle? No, we can't. The linebacker filled, but we're going to go right back to it here as we're going to hit this cutback lane and get in to match Arkansas State's point. And so hopefully our defense can make good plays as we're going to move forward. Akron, we do put up a score now, taking the lead in this game, but after a 3rd and 17 was let up, it just didn't work out. Arkansas State getting the ball back, but now Akron going on a drive, and we do put in a touchdown, which is huge. And with the 2-minute warning looming, Arkansas State does go ahead and match here, so it is going to be a tight game with Akron putting up at least 1 score again to take the lead. It's gonna be back and forth in this one, down to the wire. It's a tie game in the 4th. We're taking over here. Can we go on a drive? We're gonna go screen play. Norton, can Norton get the first down? Almost. scores. But with this being the last game of the season, we just have to make plays, and a run up the middle is going to give us a first down. Golden in his last game with us, absolutely balling out 75 yards here. So we're going to try to throw this one up and over, and we do to Harris, leading the pass perfectly. So far, things working very, very nicely for us as we try to take this one to the outside. Golden getting through one tackle, but not finding much. So maybe through the air, that's how we're going to get this to work. As with Finley, we're going to try to step up. Could have dumped off to Harris, but it's 3rd and 12. So this play is going to be huge. Can we pick this one up here? Can we throw this in the window? And we do to Wilson. What an absolute dime. As Finley now is going to keep this alive for us. Back shoulder now, one-on-one. Norton, we do not win it. And so with our starters checking out, how are things going to work? Well, it's going to be a drag to Rush. Rush getting forward. I expect Rush to be a starter next year with his development. How things are working is we're going to dump this off to a drag just to get 2. But we definitely need to put this one into the end zone here. RPO. It's going to be Williams, the running back, turned wide receiver, or vice versa. As now he does come back to running back, and he's going to be the one to pick up this first down as he couldn't get it on the last play here. Up the middle, Williams fighting his way forward. Now it's 1st and goal, and we are just taking time off this clock here. As with Finley, we're running around, and we just take a bad sack. Not losing much, but it's slant concepts coming out here. Can we fit this underneath? And we just try to Norton. Norton can't hold on to the football. So at the 11-yard line, we just have to push this in here as we're going to go out. And where's that pass leading to? Except for there's a flag. And we may have just gotten very, very lucky, as that's a horrible pass from Finley. And it's going to give us 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. Golden in. Touchdown coming. Maybe fighting forward down at the 1 again. But we're going to try it again. Another run. Golden up the middle. This time not getting it again. And so on the inches yard line, can we do it? QB sneak. Finley up in. That's a massive score for us here in our first bowl game in year number 2. And so can our young linebacking core, can our secondary do enough here? It's a pass across the middle that we knock the ball out from. But we're going to trust our team. Go man coverage. Springs the freshman in the middle. We're looking for any quick crosses. Is thrown underneath, as that's a good tackle as well. 3rd and 6. They're going to go to the air. Actually draw it up the middle. That's a great fill. Melvin Springs, I forgot he is actually a sophomore, but that's a great fill there, as they're going to go ahead and punt this one away, as now we're going to become clock merchants here. As Harris, the one returning, a lot of room for him here. So we're going to take this one to the outside and cross the midfield mark. We just need to take this clock down. RPO action here to the outside, and we almost let it get intercepted. Jalen Harris, very good, but can't block. And so if he can't block, we're going to give him the ball here. Harris outside, jet sweep here as I see the cut up lane. Harris loose, gone, maybe. Just wanted to kind of go down at the 10-yard line. But the 2-minute warnings here. Arkansas State has all of their timeouts as we bring jet sweep again. Just try to look for the hole here as we do fight forward enough. And Arkansas State forced now to finally burn their first timeout. But I still have to be smart about this. Golden now on the run, trying to fight his way forward. At this point, let's just try to get the first down or get into the end zone, as hopefully this is going to be the nail in the coffin right here. Zone read. We got to take it to the outside a little bit. Cut this one up as we do get into the end zone. A first down would have been fine, but we get in for a score, and that's going to win us our first ever bowl game, except for it is going to go to booth review here. Not what we wanted, but it is going to be a first down, even if it's not called in. And with it actually not getting called a touchdown, that's fine. We'll need out, and they're going to burn their timeout, but from there we should be good. But this is a great way to start this rebuild. Akron getting its first bowl win. We look forward. We look on to bigger, better things as Golden finishes his last ever game, 82 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. Couldn't have wrote it a better way, but it's time to see about the college football playoffs and then move on to the offseason of recruiting. But this is not how I expected things to happen. The college football playoffs once again has Texas A&M fighting on their way all the way in as the 8th best team in the country, taking down Florida and Texas in the process, while Pitt took down #1 seed Michigan, which is absolutely insane. But Penn State dominated their way in with a good win against Notre Dame. But Penn State A&M, that's the total final of what we're expecting, as it is Penn State and James Franklin that do walk away with the epic victory royale, winning it in Miami of Florida. A&M just almost had the ability to repeat there. But before we jump into what all happens in the offseason, we have some good news that not a lot of guys want to transfer, and Lyons is the only one I am really worried about. Bellingham hopefully will come back if we do persuade him, and we do. And then Lyons, why not, as he was not persuaded for the 2nd year in a row. But this is what I'm worried about at corner. Golden, Nelson, and Lewis both gone, and Golden at running back. Quarterback, we do lose Finley and Bullock as well, so many new holes on our team here as Wilson's gone as well. Nobody at tight end, but the offensive line, this is where it does get interesting. So our secondary just took a massive hit with the transfer portal opening up. This is awesome. You finally get some guys that are interested in us, even some 2-stars, which is going to be huge. Christian Aliro could be a good one coming out of Illinois. Bill Brush, a 3-star quarterback, could be somebody to target, but this is how we're going to fill it out. Heavily focused here on cornerbacks. It sounds crazy, but this is what we need because of the guys that are gone, and we didn't get any quarterbacks yet in this recruiting cycle. We don't have a lot of targets, don't have a lot of guys we're going after. I intended to really only get 20 to 27 guys, but it is going to be a little bit risky as Golden wasn't drafted. Thought maybe there was a chance from him or somebody on our roster, but not the case. As our hope is this recruiting cycle works very well for us. But in week number 2, we did get a couple more guys, now up to 13 total commits. But here is where it gets tricky. Get your visits out early, and hopefully this will work out for us. But everything is all said and done. Was it risky? Yes. Did we get everybody we wanted? No. But top classes, where do we rank, at least in the MAC? 50. So 2 back-to-back recruiting classes that put us in the top of the MAC. This is how we're going to get things rolling. This is how we're going to win games. As looking at it, we finish up with 22 total recruits. As you go down here, a lot of the upper teams sacrifice the total recruit for the amount of 4-stars and 3-stars. I think we put together easily the best one here, but this is going to be the position that I'm worried about. Quarterback. Who is going to be the one to lead us going into this next season? But also running back. Callum is decent, but where's everybody else at? As Epstein's actually a 74 overall. That is massive for us. But in another impressive freshman, Kerry, yes, he was a right end when we recruited him, but sitting at defensive tackle, 77 overall. He could be next up for us. That's huge for our development. And it is nice to see our linebacking room and our running back rooms a little bit more fuller. Epstein, we talked about him already, but Crook and Boone coming in are huge. Boone is a little bit interesting because he's a 64 overall, but could fit better in other positions. But for now, I do want to redshirt him as a running back. Our receiving room, not a lot of freshmen coming in, but a ton of freshmen redshirt. And hopefully those training points do work out for us. But Harris at a 70, maybe we could get him all the way up. But it all does come down to training. How will the training affect everybody? As this is just going to be huge for us. As McLean jumps up to an 85 overall, as we're up to an 84 overall roster. But quarterback is going to be where our struggle. Wiseman did not jump up at all at running back. Lewis jumped up to an 84. He was a receiver. I moved him over to the running back, and he may have just won himself the starting job. But at receiver, it is going to be Harris getting up to an 82. Perfect. Exactly what we needed at tight end. Windsor going up, but our offensive line across the board, very good coming into the season, but they are a little older, so we need to make sure to recruit down there. But our linebacking core, how did they do? Springs up to an 81. Perfect. That middle linebacker Tavares up to a 75. That's good. Goff on the outside going up to an 82, and Abraham did not jump up the way I want. But at corner, which is one of our weakest positions, we had to move some guys around like Roderick Hunter. We're sitting at a 75 for our 3rd string corner. I can't complain too hard. But at safety, Jessler up to an 84, and on the other side, Wallace up to an 81. But in just 2 years, we've turned this team from a 74 into an 84. Hopefully this is the team that can win us the MAC. Quarterback is where the only point that I'm worried about, but we do have to move a couple guys from our roster. Guys who will not be playing, like Stopiak. Hey, you're 69 overall, which is nice, but you're not going to be playing for us at all. But with us just having to move a couple more guys, Rich Benge is going to be gone as well, the junior that we didn't recruit. Our roster is our roster for a reason, as Bellingham does have a deal breaker for us. He's 76 overall. He may not play a lot because Toon, the freshman, jumped up so much. But I do think the last guy we are going to remove instead of Bellingham over there is going to be Quan Murphy, a senior. We have guys that are better than him, including Eaton, the freshman, who will be starting for us. So those are going to be our removals as we do look now to year number 3. And looking at our schedule in season number 3, UMass, UTEP, Kennesaw, Air Force. Another realm of not playing the best teams in the world. Instead, We're going to jump in and focus on wins, get up to 8 wins. One of our goals is over 66 win percentage. That means 8 wins a season. We need to be able to get to that number. But with our prospect board, this is where we're at. Every single guy that was a 3-star or 4-star that was interested in us was a broken gem. Not good players. So we can't go ahead and recruit them, and once again it's kicking off to be very tough to recruit in the MAC. But our target is the quarterbacks. We've got our 2 there. We're now in week number 1. So far things looking very good. I want to get more guys in the class this year, but with only 350 hours to spend, it's a little bit risky. But we're going to go through our first 4 games here coming up, and hopefully when I see you in conference play, we'll have some good news. And if it wasn't for the UTEP Miners, we'd be starting this season 4-0, exactly what I wanted, but unfortunately not the case. Akron, we did take down UMass, Kennesaw State, Air Force, so we do have some pluses there as we do finally now begin the conference play. Again, all straight games. It's going to be interesting about how it all goes, but looking at it, we are the only 80 overall team, and it's not even close here. This could be our year. The Toledo Rockets are the only team I'm worried about, but I do want to make sure we do take down Kent State in our rivalry game. But before I was going to jump into our rivalry game, as we did take down Eastern Michigan, we secured maybe the future. A 4-star quarterback out of Lafayette, Indiana, LaMarcus Rochelle, is going to be massive, but it is also cool to see that Jalen Harris, his 2nd time this year already, winning Offensive Player of the Week in the MAC. This time 112, 2 touchdowns. I think the week number 4 against Air Force, he did have 3 touchdowns in that game, so he's off to a great run this season. But I am happy that Braden Ragnow, you know, he's not the best player, 71 overall, but he does have 14 touchdowns and 3 interceptions so far this season. But in our rivalry game, after we did beat Eastern Michigan, there's a change, a big one. Running back and quarterback, both freshmen, both of them star development. They are moving in to starting role. Could it spell doom for us? Absolutely, but I'm confident because the overalls are not that different that we could have some success. Richie at quarterback, only 3 overall points left, but I think in the long run could be perfect for us, as Cook is going to be the one on this return here to start us off. Only gets out to the 12-yard line, as we do have 3 straight wins against Kent State, which is massive. But with Richie's first throw, we are going to go to the air. Offensive line needs to hold up, and we're going to take a deep shot to Harris that doesn't get called in, but Lewis is still our 3rd down running back. This is the receiver that we also moved over, and he's going to be big for us as an 84 overall. But we're already in a 3rd and 9 that we need to convert here, as I do see it in the open window. Norton's got the first down and a whole lot more, as I do want to stretch the ball with this young quarterback here, as we're going to take a deep shot up and over. Can we bring it in? No, it's tipped up. I just want to get the ball to Harris. I want to put it in his hands here, as it is going to be a give up the middle on a read option that isn't going to get anywhere. And so again, it's 3rd and long, man-to-man coverage, or pass to the outside though, and it does get jumped as we try to go out to Davis. So we start off this one with a punt. Soto's going to boom it deep, and it's going to be very, very returnable. Hunter, we got to come down. Levy, a big hit. That's not going to work. We do bring him down at the 40, but I also want to try a realm of our defense. How are things going to look here? Is man in motion, and they're going to fake it, instead give it up the middle, and it's going to be a decent run here. Another running back wearing a different number, as Spriggs has to be a leader on this defense for us during this rebuild here. But now it's screenplay coming out. We're all over it, and we do manage to wrap it up to force 3rd and 8, but we're bringing this blitz here. We should have a free rusher. It's a pass to the outside, and we make the tackle, forcing a punt. So with the 2 drives done, we do go to the sim here. Looking at it, Akron, we need to put up some points, as it is just 3-0 in this game. Will the experiment work? Offensively, we're struggling to move the ball. Finally, things are rolling for us, as it is going to be 7 points put in. Our defense very good in this game, as we go on another offensive drive and put on a score. Halftime does come and pass though, as Akron only doing a good job letting Kent State to field goals in this one, as it is just 14-9. It is a burner in this game, but maybe on this drive we could put up some more points here to really put this one away, and we do. 21-9. Kent State coming down, finally putting in a touchdown. But with Kent State getting a touchdown late, we have to jump in and lead a drive to win the game. As with Crook, we're going to start it off with a return. It's got to be better than how we opened up the game, but it is not much. We're going to try to get things rolling here. Deep shot, Norton right away, and he does make the catch, and we're going to go hurry up here. Casey Ritchie, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, but after an incompletion on 1st down, we're actually going to go to the run here on 2nd and 10, try to risk it a little bit. Maybe things could open up for us if only our offensive line could hold the blocks. It's 3rd and 7 now. We have to be able to fit this one in here, as we're going to go quick to the outside. That's a really good ball that Harris makes the grab, but it is actually going to booth review here. They're checking if he had it in bounds, and he did, thank goodness. And so 41 seconds now left in this game. We're rolling out. We're just going to dump this one off to the tight end because there's a lot of running room. Can we get ourselves out of bounds? And we do. Clock, it's nice that it stopped as we're going to roll out and just dump this one off to Lewis. And he's got to get out of bounds here. Turn up field a little bit, and we're first and goal. And in Casey Ritchie's first ever start, maybe we're making this work here as we're going to go to Harris, and we're going to try to get down at the 5, and we're going to burn a timeout. But hopefully it's a jet sweep right now that can put us in and win the game for us. Harris, jet sweep, looking for the lane here. Try to cut up and fall forward. And it looks like we're in. May go to review because I didn't see the touchdown symbol come up. But with Harris, Jalen Harris being able to fight our way in here with not a lot of time left, that's massive. And it looks like it is going to be good. The extra point here is going to be huge. Make it now a 4-point game. As with this win, our goal of winning the rivalry every single time is going to go our way. Our defense just has to make a stop. Here's they're going to take a knee. But we just have to tackle them in bounds here. Cover 4. They go 4 verticals. They dump it off to the running back. There's a flag coming out late here. Hopefully not on us, as it looks like it will a roughing the passer call. That's not what you want in that situation, as now the ball's on the 50-yard line. 14 seconds left here. Is they're going to actually run a draw to pick up some yards here, and will they get a lot? They do. 8 seconds left. Absolutely insane. That's how that happened. Looks like they are going to a Hail Mary, and we just have to play it. No touchdowns can be caught, as instead it's an interception. Jarman, and we're going to return this one to get a little bit of a celebratory action here. Try to outrun the running back, and we do. And down the sideline, we're going to get taken out. But that's a way to win the rivalry. The wagon wheel still in our hand. But this is a great way for us to start the season. A 4-game winning streak as we enter into conference play 2-0. Bowling Green, Buffalo, Central Michigan, and Miami all doing the same exact thing. So hopefully we can take them down. And hopefully with Richie at quarterback, we can kind of sweep our way through the MAC. This is our year. Look at our overall, so much higher. Hopefully it can come in clutch for us. But we're 3 games more forward. Akron 5-0, doing a very good job. Where does that put us in the conference standings though? Currently tied for first. Buffalo still hanging on there with us, but our win streak up to 7 games. That's not what I expected, but Buffalo's actually ranked. Well, we're not. It's crazy to think. I didn't know we were going to get a possibility to be ranked this year, and we're not getting votes if we do go over to the media. And I think that's just a strength of schedule issue, but hopefully as the season moves forward, we will get that ranking if we can continue to win. But looking at things right now, we're competing against Bowling Green, who's making a push on us for another quarterback that we are going after. We have 4 really good players coming in right now. But this year, we're attacking the 3 stars, especially at the offensive line position to build up our team. But against Western Michigan, we're just moving forward. We're not going to be jumping in, and hopefully things still continue in our favor as we do move up to 6-0. Playing Buffalo. This is a game we're going to have to jump into, but going over to the top 25 with Buffalo dropping out, us getting maybe some votes, and we do. 5 votes for the top 25. Jackson State, NC State, Bowling Green getting more votes than us. A little bit surprising, but in Buffalo, the snow is falling as the MAC is on the line. If we drop this game, it's going to hurt us very, very bad. But Buffalo did put up an early field goal, so we're jumping in on our kick return here. Kuruk on the return. We haven't had a lot of success returning with him this year, and we're going to continue that as we go down at the 20. But Callum is the man in at running back as we're going to go out though. RPO action. Norton to the sideline, getting down the field already on a first big play for us. Casey Ritchie has done well for us so far. Can we continue it as we're going to go up and over the top now? Try to fit this one in as it's just overthrown. But I do want to feed Harris again just a little bit. But actually across the middle of the big tight end, that's going to work for us as we're going to truck forward, getting this first down. But with the 2 high safeties, maybe we can split them here. Maybe we can draw their attention as we're just going to have one-on-one out to the outside, and it's not going to be caught. It's another bad throw, but we can resettle back down and make things happen. Here's a whip route. It's going to have Harris get very much open. He's going to break 1 tackle here. Good spin move, getting us down to the 25. But I noticed one guy wasn't in, Gene Lewis, who did dislocate his ankle, so he'll be out for the remainder of the season, it looks like. So that means Epstein's going to come in at running back as well for us, the freshman. Can he make some plays here on his first run for us in this game, getting 3? But now to a screenplay. 3 different different freshmen on the field for us, which is huge here. As Epstein just gets stuck up on the screenplay. We're not able to get him the football. So on 3rd and 7, we're going to have to push it down the field just a little bit here. As we're just going to go out to Epstein to make a play. Maybe we can get a good stiff arm, but it's 4th and 4. And so we are just going to take our field goal here on this one, as the kick is going to be up and good to tie up Buffalo. Going back now to the sim, where hopefully our defense can stand strong, and they do. Going down the field, looks like they're driving a little bit here, which is perfect, and maybe we could turn it into a touchdown, as it just turns into a field goal instead. No worries, we do have the lead. That's what I care about, is maybe another really long drive here starting at the 1-yard line results in another field goal for us. I want to be able to put in a touchdown. Finally we do. Going into halftime, Buffalo is going to put in a score of their own to at least bring it a little bit closer here. As in the 3rd quarter, we just need things to go our way. Looking at it, Buffalo, we held them to a field goal, which is massive, so we're going to jump back out on offense, have to go on our own drive here. Good pass now and a good run, so we do have a 10-point lead in this game. It looks like we're ready to try to score again. Just wind up with another field goal. 13-point lead. Now that gets cut down to 7, and late in this game, Buffalo's going on a drive. A minute left. We're going to jump in on defense, because I do want to make a stop here as the snap is taken, because they're just going to dump this one off across the middle. Good knockout from Spring, but with Callaway, I want to sit in the middle, kind of just roam here as they actually go to the run, and it's going to be a cutback lane that almost opens up, but this clock is just going to tick itself down. Just watching for anything coming across the middle. That's what we need to be cognizant of. It is going to be down just a stop route instead to the corner of the end zone, and it's not caught. And so 4th and 6. Can we make the play here? Sitting on it, they throw it underneath, and it is going to get knocked out, and we walk away with a win. So maybe this is enough where we can put ourselves into the top 25, get those votes that are much deserved, and push forward maybe to the college football playoff. And so are we in the top 25? Scrolling all the way down, we're going to be a lower rank, but no, we're not. Instead, Bowling Green is at 6-1. We may be undefeated in the MAC, but we're still not getting in. We are the top team receiving votes, so basically a game between us and Bowling Green this week is going to be a battle for the number 25 ranked team in the country. A little bit interesting, but it's a game we must win, so we're going to go ahead and jump into it. The nice thing is it is going to be a home game. As Carey, we're going to run this one out of the back of the end zone from very, very far away, and we do manage to get up a little bit to the 15. But Casey Ritchie also on a tear this season, almost 2,000 yards, very good completion percentage, 14 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and so I do think the swap was worth it here, as we're going to go RPO, give it off to Epstein out to the outside, maybe try to fight our way, but this is going to be a loss of 1. But Bowling Green's defense is very, very good. It's going to be interesting today to see how it works, as a crossing route's going to be caught by Davis, not for a lot, but it is going to be 3rd and 5 here. Maybe a whip route could come open. Instead, it's jumped beautifully. Oh my goodness, not how we wanted to start this game, as we throw an interception with Ritchie. And so we're going to scratch that. Jump back in here. 2nd and 10 after the score. And we're going to roll out. Try to find somebody. Is maybe coming across. We can dump it off to the tight end, Windsor, who's got a good catch upfield. Those type of plays are going to be big for us, as we're going to snap this one again. Have to roll out here and just dump it off to the tight end again. Big Max. We need him to get upfield. But what I'm worried about is in the RPO. They so far do not want us to do the RPO at all here, as it is going to be Epstein. Good run though to the outside, and Epstein's island is free, as he's doing a great job just getting himself alone in space. Really just creating that island well, as we're just going to try to scramble out here. And we're going to take off instead down just to get a couple of yards, only getting 2. But with a blitz coming off the edge, could be one-on-one coverage here, as we're going to try to throw this one up and over. There's a late flag as this ball is tipped up and off, and it is going to be a holding call on us. So even if we got a big play, it would have gotten called back. So now we have to make up a ton of these yards here, as I'm going to go across to try to throw to Epstein one-on-one against a linebacker. That doesn't work. So 3rd and 18. We're going to have to push this football here. Big Max across the middle has to make this catch, and he does. So the drive will continue after Big Max with a good catch there. A screenplay coming out. We're going to take this one to the outside. A little bit of a juke move back in. Good job from Epstein again. McCollum's now going to come in as a running back. Try to get this open space, but he's not going to get the first down. So 3rd and 3. We have to pick this one up. We're going to hit it into the window, and it's a bad throw coming out from Ritchie. And so 4th and 3. We're going to go for it. Run with Epstein here. Can we pick this one up? And we do, and more. Getting it down 1st and 10 from the 11, where we are going to go ahead and run it here again up the middle. Well, the blocking is bad from the receivers, but we still get 6. But maybe we can put this one into the end zone here. Rolling up. We're going to throw it out the outside to Williams, the running back. A risky throw there to make it 3rd and 1. And so we're going to run it here to try to push this ball forward. We have to hit the hole, and we do with Epstein, the freshman, getting in for a touchdown, as we do match Bowling Green's score here, which is huge. But going to the sim now, can our offense do it again? As they don't just put in a field goal, as Bowling Green now on the drive, they match with a field goal of their own. Things are looking decent for us here, as we do put up another field goal. Driving again, this time put up a touchdown, a 10 8-point lead is the case here. Bowling Green trying to put up a score before halftime. They managed to put in a field goal, so now it's just 7 points to separate us. But things are just looking very good in this third quarter. We are just putting up points. I cannot wait. I do want to check out the stats in this game, as this is the best team we're going to face all year long here, as things just work out our way. Walking away with a win, still undefeated in the MAC. Absolutely beautiful. Even though Bowling Green puts up 14 in the fourth, we walk away with a win. But overall, it was just a solid game. Richie, 1 touchdown, the 1 interception from us to start this game. Running the ball, Epstein did very, very well. Receiving, just spreading the ball out, which I'm more than happy with, as we're going to look on to see maybe finally did we get ranked. But it looks like we did it, and we got ranked 24th. Akron, that's a great feeling. We have to play Miami, and we have to win this game. But that game is going to be next week, as the clinching already occurred. But this week is a bye week, and looking at the recruiting number, we do have some good news. More recruits than what we did have last year. We did lose Devon Ali, and that happened at the very last second. We were first on him up until the end. But it's nice to see what's on the line here. A MAC championship in tow. Can we walk away with a win? Our first time getting here in year number 3 of this rebuild. Still have 2 more years to go, but progress is booming right now. But in this game, we're going to start out on defense, something we don't usually do in the rebuilds. Hopefully, though, things will go our ways. We did put the kick out of the back of the end zone, as they go to the run first to start, and we get blown up, as a good carry for 6 does happen. Joshua Ringer is the running back. The guy I'm worried about today is we got to get to the outside with Clear Saligro, and we do get him. And so it's 3rd and 4. We're going guys in motion here, as they're going to throw it in a little spot route, and it is caught for the first down. But looking at the rest of the championships going on down at the bottom, Arkansas ranked number 1 in the country, taking on number 6 Georgia. That's a little bit wild to me. He's out to the outside. We do make a good tackle, but Liberty also made their way in. Cincinnati versus Kansas State's a little wild, as this run to the outside, we were able to bottle it up with Callaway. The transfer coming in was such a good pickup for us, especially because how depleted our secondary was. That it is 3rd and 2, a screenplay that we just need to bottle up, and we do. But we do force Miami to punt this football away, as this one's going to end up being a dribbler, because I don't think we're going to get there in time. What a good punt, as it's going to go out at the 10-yard line. As in this one today, we are going to go to the air to start. Nice and easy. We're just going to dump it off to Epstein for a couple of yards. Nothing crazy, as he goes down for 4. But this drive is going to be very, very long. As what was that? A complete bad play is now, but nonetheless, we get saved on a pass interference. I don't know what that play was, but we luck out of that one completely. I was trying to keep it a run, but the quarterback just wasn't the play that we wanted there, as this play doesn't go anywhere either, as we get swallowed up in the middle. So 2nd and 13. We got to go to the air to get some yards back, and we're going to hit this one to Harris to at least make it 3rd and 6. For the bench concept, we're going to roll out here and just hit this one to Harris. Harris has to get forward for the first down. He doesn't make it, so we're going to have to punt away. We're going to have to try to punt this one. That's a really bad punt as well, as it is going to fall down, though, and take a big hop down the field, which is very, very lucky for us, and we get them down to 23. So we are going to go to the sim here. Can our team play well? As what a big play. We do put up an early touchdown, as it's now Miami driving down the field. They're trying to match it, and it looks like they will here. Instead, just settle for 3. But it was another 1-play touchdown that we did respond with. So the big plays are working for us. The deep shots making their effort and making their name shown. But finally now going on a very long drive, just trying to put up a score. Instead, we settle for a field goal, so at least we have a 2-score lead here. That's very, very nice to sit on. Do go into halftime holding Miami to only points, but they do come out of the second half, put up some more scores. Akron, though, do have a field goal so far into the 4th quarter, but Owen Wiley coming in hitting a 52-yarder is huge in this game, as now we're going to continue simming again. But Miami strikes quickly, only 10 points separate, and they do get the ball back here, and they got to go on a very quick drive down the field. 1st and goal, 2nd and goal, and they do get stuffed, as we walk away with a MAC championship trophy. This is what we wanted for our team. This is the definition of a rebuild. From not getting a win to a couple 1-win seasons to all of a sudden 3 years later, as we take over with Joe Moorhead at quarterback to take on and take down Miami to win the MAC championship. And it looks like the risk of switching quarterbacks did work out in our favor. We went on a massive win streak. Richie, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 417 yards. Where did all of them come from here? Harris 127, Norton 118. Can't get any better than that. As I've been waiting for this screen, MAC championship is our, but where does that move us in the rankings? And does it mean we have a shot to maybe make the college football playoffs? We'll have to see as we do move forward, but I have to see in the college football rankings, where do we stand right now? Looking at it, we have to be able to be in here, right? Yes, we're number 24, and in the AP ranking, we're up to number 23. We actually dropped a rank. That sucks. Well, in the coaches poll, we're probably sitting down there in the same drop from 22 to 21. But before we see if we got a bowl game or anything like that, Aiden Chili's walking away with a Heisman Trophy. Senior quarterback at a USC, able to win it. But now we need to see what bowl game did we get into. The Camellia Bowl, Montgomery, Alabama. Akron versus Appalachian State. I'm a little bit disappointed, but we are on the right track here. Our team's trending in the right direction. Next year, now we know our schedule has to be harder. But for the understanding of coach prestige and program history, we have to walk away with a win in this one. A lot of App State fans, though, in attendance. But it's crazy to think that us, as the Akron Zips, are 3 overall points better in this matchup, even though we're led by a freshman quarterback who's only a 67 overall, 68 overall. As I do want to start the opening drive and play this one crook. Can we get one kick return? That'd be a nice feeling. But no, the blocking continues to not work on kick returns. As early in this game, we are going to go motion, swing it out to Epstein, get him rolling as we just get him in open space. I see the hole. Epstein off to the races here down the sideline, and a great stiff arm to get us to the 45. That is exactly what we want, because with this 3-high look from Appalachian State, it's a little bit interesting as we are going to test a one-on-one lob here. I want to go up and go for it as Harris. He's not a jump ball guy, he's a speedster, but I'll still go to it nonetheless here. Maybe man-to-man coverage again. No, as we're going to take off with Richie, though. He's got a lot of running room. The block's not getting picked up. We're just going to take it out of bounds for the first down. He's not a known runner, but that's absolutely okay, and depending on his development, it's going to shape how the new star comes in, the 4-star quarterback comes in, if he's going to be the starter next year. But he is an athlete, so maybe he could fill somewhere else for us. As we're going to go here, just try to dump this one off as it doesn't work. But it's 3rd and 7. We have to make a big play here. We're going to try to run around and just get hit here in the pocket as we're going to try to punt this one away here. Soto, can we pin him? As they are going to go ahead and actually fair catch this one. Actually return this one here, and there's a lot of room for him on the outside. Luckily enough, we make the tackle. But we are going to jump into the sim, and I'm very, very not happy with how that drive worked out. Thought we were going to put up a score, but Appalachian State puts up a big score of their own. As we're going to go now to the second quarter already, as Appalachian State 2-score lead. I don't want our season to be looked at as fraud. Maybe we could put in a big score here going down the field. 4th and 5, not get it here, but it really seems like things aren't going our way. 3-28 to the score here in this bowl game. We finally managed to put up our first touchdown of the game. I thought we were going to have so much success, but actually late in the game here, we are driving down by 11, and so we are going to jump in at quarterback, try to do something here. One-on-one Harris, can we win it? And we don't there. But I can't believe that Charlotte, of all teams, clinch a spot in the college football playoff. This one is a little bit interesting as we just need to dump this one off as the ball gets put on the ground. Luckily enough, we recover it, but time is not on our side here. Can we get things done at 3rd and 17? We just have to roll out here, and can we hit this in the seam to the big fellow, the tight end? Yes, we can. The blocks do get picked up. We're down to the 25. We are going to go to the hurry up here, just try to get it to roll, try to fit it across the middle. This is a tight ball fitting in. It's not going to get caught. Maybe we can get this to work with Rush one-on-one here to the outside. He's going to have a lot of separation as the big fellow, really tall receiver, is going to make it 1st and 10. We're going to go back to the same exact play here. Maybe we can split him up the seam as we're actually just going to scramble out here, look for somebody dragging across, and I see him in the window, and what a catch! Formerly a 4-star tight end, got buried in our depth chart because his depth trait really diminished my faith in him, but he comes across and makes a fantastic catch here. As late in this game, we may have a chance to win, but we're going to go for it here. The 2-point conversion, as it's going to be a whip route that we don't get, and it's just pressure up the middle, and we immediately get sacked, so we're down by 5. And so our defense just has to make plays here. Singleton, the quarterback, they go to the run, actually go to the play action here. It's a deep shot. Can we get the interception? No, we can't. They hit it right over the top of us. Wasn't really expecting that. We're going to continue to pinch people because I am expecting the run to come out eventually here, as the clock is going to be winding down. But they did decide to go to the chew clock, so it's going to be interesting to see how this works now. They are going to run the ball. We're going to guess a run to the left here. They are going to hand this one off. Actually go play action on us. There's no way. And they hit it, but it's a bad throw. They wasted all that time just for a throw like that. Now go to the run here where we have to make a stop before the first down, and we do. But they're going to run it here on 3rd and 1. Can we make the stop? No, we can't, but the ball comes out. The ball was punched out. What a play. And in this bowl game, we have life. There's absolutely no way that happened. Look at Taylor coming from behind here with the arm, being able to punch it out. And he may be the single reason we win a bowl game this year. And we prove to the world that this season, not a bust. As we go RPO out to the outside, Davis one-on-one. Bad spin move, only get 2. But we're going to mix the run and the pass. We're going to get a little bit risky with it because I think we're going to have the ability to get it done. Here's a run up the middle. Is going to be good from Epstein for at least a couple of yards. And just for the first down, I think we can run this one again. Epstein up the middle. This is risky again here. We're going to go ahead and do it up the middle. I see the hole as it is going to be 4th and 1, but we need our offensive line to do it right here. Up the middle, and we do pick up the first down. Epstein doing it for us, but we did take 30 seconds off the clock just to get that solo first down. But with nobody on the left side, maybe we can get it open here, as it is going to be a great pass. Davis open, and it's going to be first down, and a late hit out of bounds. And because of that, we're going to have the ball at the 22-yard line. Things are looking up. Maybe crossers coming out. We're going to go to the big tight end. Max, Big Max, stay in bounds at this point, as we're already first and goal. But we are going to go ahead and go to the run just to burn a little bit of time, as Epstein, good one, but he fumbles the ball away. No! Oh my goodness, can you believe that just happened? We got the luck. We got everything going our ways. It just didn't work, as we're going to try to go for a big hit to force the fumble, burn a timeout. The worst feeling in the world right now, as they are just protecting this football here, trying to punch it out, but it's 3rd and 8, as they do go ahead and run this one here. 3rd and 8, we just need to tackle them before the first down marker, and we get an injury. An injury is huge because it stops the clock. Way to fake it there, as you can't get much more lucky than that. Please, we just need a good return here from Harris. He's going to have a lot of room to do it. We just need the greatest return of all time here. You see the blocks getting picked up. We take it to the outside. We're past the 50-yard line, 45 seconds left. We're going to look to a deep shot very, very early here. One-on-one. We're going to chuck it up here. Norton's tall. Norton can't bring it down, so we have to just continue now. Look into something. As I see the crosser coming out, the speed's not the case here, as we just need to get ourselves out of bounds, and we do 3rd and inches. But after an incompletion, it's now 4th and inches. This is the most important play of the day here. To the outside, Max gets the catch, and he's going to have to stay in bounds just because he can't get to the sideline, but things are still in our favor here. Can we get it? And I see him up and over the top. Please fit this in, as it's just knocked down. He burned him off the press. I had to get excited about that one. Just didn't work out correctly, as I see it maybe across the middle now. Big, the tight end, Newell gets in, and we score with almost no time left. Oh my goodness. We just maybe won ourselves a bowl game, but we have to go for the 2-point conversion to give ourselves at least a 3-point lead, because field goals still could hurt us as we hit the crosser. Davis, touchdown, in, 2-point, good. But now 15 seconds left. They're just going to try to get into field goal range. We just have to be very protected about how we do it, and that should have been an interception, but instead it's an Appalachian timeout. But there's 10 seconds left on the clock. Again, just trying to fight into field goal range. Nothing over the top, please. They hit that pass again, and we make the tackle. 5 seconds left, as I just hope we can hold them out of field goal range. They go stuff to stop the clock here. It's going to be a Hail Mary, and it's caught. And there's no time left, thank goodness. Oh my gosh. If they had another timeout, they could have called it, kicked the field goal. But we win a bowl game. Again, 2 years in a row, this time proving to the world we're not true liars. We can win football games here. Only 1 loss on the season. Rishi, what a good job. The freshman leading us on a crazy win streak. He has not lost a game yet at starting quarterback. We could have made it to the college football playoffs. I'm convinced here, as I do want to take a look. After, yes, we won a bowl game, we can be excited. Award winners, maybe there's some of our guys there too. But the college football bracket has Charlotte versus Georgia. Charlotte, of all teams, beat USC and Minnesota to get in. I promise you we would have made a bigger splash than some of these teams, as number 3 Arkansas lost to Kansas State. This was made for Ohio State or Georgia just to have the run of the mill here. I cannot believe it ended up the way it did, but this is what I was excited about. We did almost win Coach of the Year. Our job security very much safe. Career record 25-14. But looking at the final score, Georgia did it. Charlotte almost. The Cinderella season went their way. Unfortunately, they did lose. That would have been awesome to see, but we now have to go over and look to the off. This part of the recruiting portal, this part of the recruiting time is so very important to us, as we did finish off the season ranked at 22 in the nation. I can't complain at that. We do have players leaving though first, but nobody wants to transfer. From where we were to what we're doing now is awesome, and we did not have a lot of seniors on our team. No true seniors outside of Norton and Davis. I'm really going to be missing all too much. Max Windsor is going to be replaced. I think, well, Kellum, maybe a little bit from him, but it's nice as we go into this period. We have more recruiting hours than we have ever had, and we have a bunch of guys at the top here that I'm really focused on. But we have a 4-star tight end in the transfer portal that wants to come in and play with us, Mason Williams. But we're going to be attacking in this one, looking at it, spreading some time around. We also got in a right outside linebacker I really like, and a 4-star tackle we're going to make a push on. But then there's a quarterback who really does like us, and I think there's a chance we can bring him in just to compete. But after we're done, how did we finish up? Well, more recruits coming to us than ever before. The only ones we did lose was a quarterback and a right guard, but we did the absolute most here. 27 recruits this year, more than what we're used to. In the MAC, though, it was a little bit interesting, as we did finish with 34. Now, here's the thing. We said we wanted 2 high-profile recruiting classes. We need to make a push in these last 2 seasons, but Akron, 34th. Bowling Green started out the year hot and then tailed off and lost some recruits. With National Signing Day, some people decommitted, but 23 3-stars and 3 4-stars is huge, as well as 1 1-star. Shout out the kicker I was stressing out about. But looking at how we recruited very well, our quarterback, 4-star LaMarcus Rochelle, 75 overall. The starting job may be his just off of that. Can't wait to see how he does develop. But these guys here also coming in. We recruited heavily with the athletes, with quarterbacks, hoping one of them was a hit and multiple were a hit. And who knows, Richie may jump up a crazy amount of overall. But at the offensive line, I think we can curb our fears. Looking through so many good offensive linemen now coming up through the ranks, I think we fixed ourselves a little bit. Defensive line also looking so unbelievably deep there. This defensive tackle group I'm so excited about. Eaton, I need him to jump up, but if not, we can always move Meredith back over. But at linebackers, some good players here. The training hasn't even hit yet, and we're already above and over 80 overall, which is huge. As Jason Hawker playing at an 86 at that right outside linebacker position is so unbelievably nice. Corner's the one position I am worried about. We're going to hit that hard recruiting in the next season, but everywhere now we are looking very, very pretty, including kicker. We brought in 2 instead of just 1, but it's time to move on to our training bonuses. How good were our trainings? This is very, very critical for us, as we did level up a little bit more. My goal is to be above an 84, and we are. 87 overall defense. Looking at the quarterbacks first, Ragnow up to a 76 overall. He will not be the starter. Richie didn't jump up as much as I wanted, and looking at his development tree, he is a star. He was there for but at running back, Epstein didn't take a big jump. In fact, didn't really do much at all. So the depth traits I'm a little bit interested about this year, running with the best players across the board. In fact, Boone did jump up, but at receiver, Harris up to an 85 overall. He's going to be the first player from this dynasty rebuild to be drafted. I promise you that. The rest of our receiving core is looking very, very good, except for it's very, very old. We'll have to maneuver some things around. But at offensive line, 82, 86, 87, 83, 85. Cannot complain when looking at the rest of the roster here. Eaton up to an 81, playing at an 83. But at linebacker, some massive upgrade points as well. Spriggs up to an 88 with Allegro behind him at an 84, 82, 82. Oh my goodness. You cannot get much better than that, but our corners did not jump up. That's a fear of mine. Our cornerback room is the only bad spot on our defense. We're going to move forward on to the next season. But in year number 4, it's all going to be all about the harder schedule. Rutgers, Miami, Charlotte, Minnesota. 2 of those teams ranked, with Miami right on the cusp, as everything this year is going to be led by LaMarcus Rochelle in at quarterback, the 4-star 76 overall. While at running back, we did give up on Epstein a little bit, down to a 75. The overall, the training boost didn't quite work. But what this is going to allow us to do is redshirt a lot of different guys here, especially the quarterback position, 272 overall. But Malachi Wilds and Harris both could get some playing time at receiver in later years. We will see on that avenue. But the focus this year is going to be getting that top class. Can we get it? We are targeting a bunch of 4-stars this year, 3-stars as well. We want to build ourselves up into a top 25 class, but it's going to be interesting to test how it all turns out for us. Akron versus Rutgers, and we are actually the higher overall team by 3 points, as it looks like Jalen Harris is going to be our star player this year at receiver. Yes, he's only 5'7", but I do want him to be best friends with our quarterback Rochelle as we go out to him on the first play for a first down. But Gene Lewis is an 87 overall. He's a running back I think we could do well with as a receiver turned into one, as our recruiting strategy of just getting athletes seem to have paid off as we go out to Lewis for the first down, and more here getting us near the 50. As on his first drive, Rochelle doing a very, very good job. As I do want to test the arm strength, we go out to Harris, and Harris can't hold on, but it is 2nd and 10 here. As we're going to go quick to the whip route, throw it up the field a little bit. Harris at least getting 5, but with Lewis going in motion, is going to be a big 3rd down on our first drive. We're going to get out and just settle underneath. Good catch by Travis, and the first down is picked up again. So far, Rochelle looking very, very good in the pocket. I am excited about it. For time to see the arm strength towers, we're going to go up and over, and it's intercepted. We tried to go to the linebacker. Everybody got stuck gone as we throw a pick to open up this game. So going to the sim now, we did end up tying Rutgers, who did open up their first drive with a touchdown. But Rutgers trying to extend their lead now. 17-7 is the score. As into the 3rd quarter, 24-14 now the score. Looking forward, can we punch this one in? As we're actually going to jump in on this 3rd and goal and try to punch it in, but there is a false start on us, so it's going to be from the 11-yard line, 12-yard line that we're going to have to do it. So not the best look, as we're going to have to try to put this one into the end zone. The crossing route, throwing up and over, and it is going to be knocked down. 4th and goal as the 4th quarter is going to be here. Still a 7-point game with Rutgers putting up another score, and they actually have a drive here to tie up the game. Don't get it. Rutgers gets the ball back and has to punt away. But after we did put in a score, 31-31 is the score here. Rutgers not going to get it, or they do get the first down as they're going to drive it down the field here. Just look to put up a field goal, and with 1:45 left, we are going to jump in as it is all going to start here on the kick return. Lenz getting it here up the middle. There's a lot of room for the big fella as he gets up to the 23. So this is going to be very, very interesting. The drag route coming open here. Give it to him. Travis up the field for a first down. Actually 2nd and inches. Rochelle, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on the game today. We're going to go out, scramble out with Rochelle, and can we hit this ball up and over? And instead we throw right into an interception. That's not what you wanted, as we throw 2 interceptions with Rochelle today, as the game is going to end with a loss. Our first loss of the year and our first game dropping to 0-1. Hopefully the only loss maybe we take all season long. But we did go ahead and beat Miami as well as Charlotte. So playing number 17 Minnesota now is going to be a little bit interesting. But looking at the recruiting board so far, going very, very well for us. All of our guys in first. Lowry, the one guy I want to compete for, basically a 5-star at the guard spot. It's going to be huge going into next season, but we're not going to play this game. Instead, I want to move forward onto MAC play. I think if we make it out 2-2, we'll be fine. We still will see though if we walk away with a win, and we do win. A late field goal to win the game. Looking at the box score, absolutely fantastic, as Rochelle going 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 335. Such a good job from Harris, who had 121, Travis 54, Fletcher 87. Our receiving core is absolutely insane. 3 sacks on the board. Eaton, Tavares, Taylor, as Jester's leading the way for us in tackles. Allegro and Oki there as well. But as we open up MAC play, a lot of teams didn't have success, except for Eastern Michigan going 4-0 in out-of-conference play. But our goal again this year is to sweep the MAC, and right now we're sitting at an 85 overall, and the rest of the MAC looking a little bit rough. I don't think anybody can rival us, maybe outside Toledo, which did get very good in recent years, so that's a game we're gonna have to jump into, as well as Bowling Green getting up to an 80 overall. We're number 22 in the country, which is huge, and if we continue on a winning streak, sweep to the MAC, there's no telling how high that number can go. Maybe we could beat the Charlotte of last year, but our win streak currently is 4 against them. As I do want to start out this game playing on defense, something we haven't done this year, is it's a counter play to the outside. The running back having a lot of room, and this is not how I want to open up the game here, as Wallace is going to bring him down, as they're going to go out to the pass now here, just kind of sitting on it. The crossbar's going to be open, it sits the outside, and it's intercepted by Callaway. A great way for us to start this game, as our defense is one of the best now in the country, and it's great to see them producing, as we're going to open it up to the air now and actually just take a deep shot. Oh my goodness, we had Harris deep, as now slant routes coming out, as we're actually going to take off with Rochelle here for a little bit. The block can get picked up, that'd be nice. Just go down for the first down. Rochelle not the fastest in the world, but can scramble when needed, as a screenplay gets tipped up, as I'm going to keep my eye over on Harris. One-on-one out there, as instead we're going to go to the other side, try to get this pass into Williams. Can't connect, but with them pressing on the outside, maybe something will open up, as it is 3rd down, as we're going to hit this across the middle where we just get hit too long in the pocket. And so instead with Stotts, we are going to have to punt this one away, as it is going to be fair caught at the 23. So to the sim we go. Can we make it work here in this game? We do put up 3 points, drive down, do miss a field goal after that, but still put in a touchdown to end the first quarter, as this is a great look here. Second quarter winding to an end, and it's 34-0 in this game. Maybe I'm the problem, it's me, as we're going to go ahead here and go to the end of the game with the score as it is, where this is just an absolute statement. 48-9 the final score here. I want to take a look at the stats, because if this is how we're coming into MAC play, I am very excited in this one. Rochelle, 19 of 35, not a great completion percentage, but 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. But defensively, 3 interceptions, the one from Callaway that we saw, but okay, going up for 2 of his own. As did we get any sacks on top of it? We did. Kuo getting 3 sacks on the day. Taylor and McGee all getting in for some more. But that's exactly what we want as we return back to the hub and are going to look forward to our next big MAC game. But so far, we've won our first 4 MAC games, and now it's Akron versus Toledo. The game that I am a little bit worried about. We're 12th ranked in the country, but last week against Ohio, we moved past it. We actually had a massive comeback, dropping 20 points in the 4th quarter, as Rochelle had another interesting game. 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He's a little wild with it for a freshman, but Harris, 2 massive catches, the longest going for 75 to give us the win. But against Western Michigan, it was the same exact thing. Western Michigan tried to make the comeback happen. We won 28-22. Rochelle, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. But this all leads me to believe that the MAC is going to be decided right here. The only 2 undefeated teams left, and we're ranked 12th in the country, but still so much on the line, because a loss could knock us all the way down in the top 25 and maybe a college football playoff spot. But in this game, we are going to start on defense here, as they're going to go to a run to the right side. We're there with Jester to Phil. Can't make the tackle, but hold the running back, as our corner, okay, is top 3 corners in the nation right now in the awards watch list, as they do go to another run up the middle. We can't fill the running back this time off to the races. As for the 3rd time, they're going to go back to it here. Another run. The cutback lane opened up just enough. Our front line is not doing a good job here to start this game, but we feel very good with Sprigg. But this does bring it to a 3rd and 5. New running back checks in. Toledo's going to try to convert here. It's going to hit easily across the middle for a 1st down. Allegro, we need you to be on top of that, as Akron's just driving this game. Man in motion, though. They give it on a jet sweep, and he's got a little bit of running room. A great tackle on the outside, though. Now we're bringing a blitz. We move people over. It's going to be a sprint to the outside, and there's going to be a holding call as the running back breaks the tackle, then trips over top. But we are going to accept this penalty to bring them back to the 42. But they're going 5 wide here to open it up after man in motion, though, and they are going to give it to him. We need to get out. Spriggs, we can't get off. We need the tackle to be made, and that's a great hit. So this is going to be a big 3rd down, and they're actually going to run a draw play here. Catch us slipping a little bit, but it's a phenomenal tackle on the outside. But they're going for it on 4th and 3. They're stacking the box. Jumbo packages. Here's a pitch play to the outside. We need you to get out there, and that's a great tackle, okay. And so our offense will take the field. What a good play there. I can't believe that worked, as we're going to open it up with a default here now that our offense is on the field. Rochelle, we're going to take a shot up. It's going to be up and knocked down, but now in a smash concept. Can we get out there? It's going to be out to the tight end. Williams making a great catch. Mason Williams was such a good pickup at that tight end spot for us, just allowing us to have some success. We're going to throw this one underneath now to him again here, getting in. The big tight end just winning these one-on-one matchups here as quickly in the seam. We're going to hit it as a cross. We went too far over, and it's another interception. It's our problem when we step in as we throw this one, as we're going to go to the sim now. Looking forward with it. Toledo does take the lead right before halftime, but we get it right back. 20-17 is the score of this one now, as we put it up to make it a 10-point ball game, and we do extend it up to 32, which is great in this one, as now it's going separating the teams here. Toledo's got great field position, though, driving down as they do score, and so that means we are going to jump in here. Screenplay to start. Going to lead a game-winning drive, hopefully to keep us undefeated in the MAC. Lewis getting the 1st down is massive, but all we need is a field goal, so we just have to be smart about this. No interceptions coming out, as we're just going to dump this one off to Travis, and he can't even hold on, but we just can't risk it at all. Blitzer coming out. We're going to scramble out as I see Harris. Can we get him the ball? That's huge. Good blocking and good spin move. We're down at the 40, but post the 2-minute warning. I do want to run the ball here a little bit. Just take some time off the clock as Lewis out to the outside. Good spin move back in. He's down almost at the 20, but that puts us in a very good spot here as we do bring man in motion. Jet sweep to the outside. We have space here. As long as Lewis can pick up this block, we get the 1st down, as we will just easily take this one in if they're just going to give it to us here. Lewis up the middle again, a big hole. Lewis getting almost a 1st down as Toledo burns a timeout, as maybe we left too much time on the clock here, but we're going to at least force him to burn some timeouts, as this run doesn't go anywhere. To the air, 2nd and goal. We're going to try to find somebody. We're going to step up and just try to dump this ball off, and we can't. And so 3rd and goal, we're going to give the ball to Harris. Jet sweep. If anybody can put it in, it's going to be him out to the outside. We just get completely wrapped up now, but the field goal is going to be up. up and good nonetheless here as we do take the lead. And so with 34 seconds left, they just need to get into field goal range. We just need to hold them here as we're looking just to block anything quick, as tackle them in bounds would be nice, but I don't want anything underneath to give them a massive amount of yards here. As now it's going to be caught. Hold him before the first down, and he does get it, so the clock's going to stop, but they are just going to go ahead and spike it here. 26 seconds. 2nd and 10 here. We're dropping again. Quick to the outside, but the pressure's on and we get a sack. Such a big play there as the clock's going to be dribbling its way down, and with people lining up. 13, 12, 11 almost on the clock. 4th and 20, but we're going into a cover 4. Just play to the sticks here. Can we make the stop? They go 4 verticals concept. We're all over it. They're going to test a deep shot. 1-on-1 here as we just knock it down. Don't even go for the interception as we keep our great season alive here. 33-31 the final score. Barely holding on, but these are the types of games that we want to have if we want to push to the college football playoff. But moving on more, I thought this was going to be our biggest game against Buffalo to get ourselves into the MAC championship, but it's not. Buffalo 4-3 in the MAC this year. Looking at the entire layout, Ohio, we beat them. Bowling Green, Toledo, we beat them, as we did get ourselves up to number 9 in the country. Last week we were actually 8, but we are 10-1 on the season. California 11-0, USC 10-1, as this is the college football ranking. But where does the bracket have us predict right now? As the 3 seed, getting a first round bye, that would be insane against Alabama though, or Oregon State if that does come. I don't know how we're going to hold our own, but I would rather be on this side of the bracket, the bottom instead of the top. Looking at it, Notre Dame, Oregon, Pittsburgh, Oklahoma State, Georgia, and USC all up there, as we're going to go ahead and sim forward. Fingers crossed that we do manage to win our game against Buffalo, undefeated in the MAC, setting ourselves up for another MAC championship, as we did go ahead and win up to 8-0 in the MAC. You can't get any better than this. We built our team the right way, as we are going to face off against the Ohio Bobcats for the MAC championship. But in Lucas Oil Stadium, the bowl games here, we're playing Ohio, 8 overall points better. Hopefully this should be an easy win for us, as we did beat them earlier in the season. But looking at how we've done this year, almost 500 yards on offense per game, and we throw the ball 85% of the time. Absolutely wild, as we do open up this game on defense here. Ohio, read option here to start. We're out there with Spriggs, and we roll on it, except for the quarterback breaks the tackle. Luckily enough, we still wrap him up for a loss. Cannot believe that one there, as Ohio in the hurry up is going to go draw play here, as we swallow this one up as well. And so 3rd and 14, we're going to be dropping to the air. Anything across, we're going to be all over, as they're going to throw this one out to the outside. We just have to rally and tackle here as he does step out of bounds, as it will be Harris on the return, as we're going to have great field position to start this drive here, as we do not get any good blocking. As in this game, I just want to go to work, except for Gene Lewis is going to be out with an injury. This play gets swallowed up, and so 2nd and 15, we're going to go to the air. Instead, step up with Rochelle, getting chased down from behind. We only get 2 out of the deal, but that could have been a much bigger gain, as 3rd and 13. Have to pass it here as I see it. We have Harris wide open here. Great spin move getting us to the 40, as the MAC may get tougher next year, as Ohio's quarterback didn't even realize he's also a freshman as well. There's just so much young talent here, as we're going to try to break this to the outside with Harris, only get a yard, but with them spreading everybody out, we're actually going to try to go for a run here up the middle if it does work. Instead, it's actually going to be an RPO to the outside. Travis is going to have the first down, hopefully, as long as he can get 4, 3rd and 1. So with Williams as our starting back, we're just going to run it up the middle for a first down here that he just barely picks up, but Travis should come open on this underneath route here, and he will on a drag. Is a good play to get us almost to the 20, but they're spreading everybody out. This may be another situation where we try to take off and scramble, as we will. Rochelle, we're going to be looking out the outside. Instead, we're just going to take off here and just take it out of bounds. Quarterback's not fast, but I'll take those plays all day long, as they pinch everybody here. Run up the middle. We need the hole with Williams, as we will find it going up now. Those are the kind of plays we want going our way, as Boone checks in at running back, as it's going to be a pull read, and we just kind of read it wrong. Maybe should have been a give, and with press coverage one-on-one, this is where we're trusting Harris. We wanted to win this zig route, and he does. Look at the route running from Harris, as our superstar gets us now at the 5, and we're going to go right back to it here, as if they think they could beat us, we're going to be showing them they're sorely mistaken here, as we get in for a touchdown. You can't beat Harris. He is the key to this dynasty here. One of the best receivers in college football this year, as he gets in for a touchdown, as we're now going to go to the sim. But jumping in here late into the 4th quarter, we are actually down by 8 in this ball game, so we need to go on a drive here to get some points up on the board here, as we almost lead it into an interception. But I can't believe Ohio actually has the lead here against us in this game, as we're getting pressured and we take a bad sack. But we can punt this football away if we really do need to. That's kind of the benefit of where we're at right now, as we're going to be dropping one-on-one. And where's the PI call? That should be called. He got stuck up on, as our defense is going to need to make a stop here, but they're going to have such good field position here. We need to force a fumble as this return's going to be taken all the way inside of the 30-yard line as they just punch in a touchdown. Akron has to respond, and it's not going to be the case, and we're actually going to drop the MAC championship here, and I don't know if that's going to take us out of the college football playoffs. It might, as this is not how we wanted to end the season. The worst feeling in the world in year number 4. This could have been us getting to the promised land, getting to where we need to get to in the college football playoff, as now it may come down to a miracle run in year number 5 in our final year of this rebuild. But Rochelle, 2 interceptions on the day. Not what you want to see from the freshman. Does have 3 touchdowns. Running the ball, we did not have a great day. Receiving, David had very good numbers. The sophomore Marco Travis had good numbers, and Jalen Harris decent numbers. But defensively, we only had 1 sack on the day, no interceptions, as we got to look on now to this offseason or bowl season or still college football playoffs if we manage to squeak our way in. So in the top 25, we dropped all the way down to number 10 in the college football ranking. But where does the bracket projection put us at? Where does the final thing? Are we in? No, we're not. We lost, and that took us out. Are you kidding me? As the season finished up with Eli Holstein getting the Heisman Trophy, the Pitt quarterback, as we're playing in the Camellia Bowl once again, this time against the Texas State Bobcats. I'm going to move past this because we've already won this bowl game before, as what I am focused on is early National Signing Day, where we have a ton of great recruits coming in. 15, 16 this year. Looking at it, though, we're still in the top of the race for some of these guys down here, as we are ranked number 24th in terms of classes this year. This is beautiful. Exactly what we wanted here. Want to finish top 25 at least. But we did finish up our bowl game with a win. Rochelle in his first year, 43 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. Didn't realize the touchdown numbers were that high. Running the ball, it's not our offense, but receiving 1,200 yards, 15 touchdowns. Travis 1,013. Davis almost 1,001. 0 is the total there. So good across the board. And defensively, Jalen Taylor, the junior, got 10.5 sacks. Well, it was okay, who finished with 6 interceptions on the year. You have to love that number, but our tackling was led by Allegro in the middle, Callaway, okay, Wallace. But the national championship is Oregon versus USF, and that's going to be a cakewalk for Oregon, as I don't think USF was even had a high roster, as we could have had a chance here to make a run. USF versus Fresno State. That USF spot should have been us, but oh my goodness, that just sucks, as it looks like Oregon did win the national championship. No big shocker there. But looking on, we do have a couple players that do want to transfer. McGuire, I don't know why he wants to transfer. Playing style is the reason. Callaway also there at right tackle. These are 2 guys I don't want to lose going into next season, so we're going to try to persuade both of them. Callaway was a success. Maybe Evan can come back, as he has not been persuaded, so we're going to lose him. But Davis is also going to be gone, graduating. Same with Gene Lewis. So our running back room is going to get a little bit interesting, as Mason Williams also leaves up. But the one I am worried about is Peter McLean, 85 overall center, gone, as well as Delvin Morris, 84 overall tackle. But Spriggs and Allegro in the middle at linebacker, Hawker on the outside. We lost some really good players this year. I really thought last year was going to be our chance, so hopefully we can keep the puzzle pieces together enough to make another run to see if we can do it this year, as we do get John Payne, which is nice at a defensive tackle. But we enter into the transfer portal era, off-season recruiting as the 20th best class, and we have a lot of moves still to make with 22 recruits already committed to us. But what is going to be awesome is we did get 2 guys drafted, Jason Hawker and Gene Lewis, the running back and the outside backer. Both of them a really good job of coming in and being part of our program for the past couple of years. But in the transfer portal this year, is there anybody that really wants to come in? Oh, how about the 2nd best player in the entire transfer portal, 4-star Allegro McCollum. Actually, Angela McCollum is the name. But already it looks like one of the 4 stars not going to come our way. It's going to give us good space, though, with a ton of hours to play with. But we're not going to go ahead and get a running back either. 3-star, we can take him off of our board. But putting some more time on this running back, maybe we could still win him. That's going to be interesting. As with the corner, I do like, I had to put some more time on him, as we are in some neck and neck races here across the board. But as we're on our last day, this is the worst feeling. Ohio State won the other 4-star. This would have been huge to our program. Unfortunately, couldn't get it done, but still our class doing very, very well. We need to schedule some visits here to maybe try to win over against Washington. Hope looks like a lost cause, as we're going to throw some hours around here in the final day and just see what we can do. But now that we finished up, we went heavy across the board. A lot of wide receivers, a lot of defensive backs, still filled in the middle pretty nicely with some decent offensive linemen. But the question is, how did our class finish up as we go over to top classes? And it's easy to see that we're not top 13. So we need to continue to scroll down to try to find where we are here. We're getting to the 30s and I still don't see us, and we're number 33. So that's going to affect our challenges heavily, as we need to make our position guys in the right spots and look forward to our final year where maybe we can make a run, as we did get 25 different 3-stars, almost leading the country in that aspect. But our biggest problem is we lost on every single running back we tried to recruit. Luckily, this class is young. There's only 3 of them. But one of the other big moves we are going to make is Elton Divinity. He's going to be moving to running back from the quarterback spot because Wilds is behind him. Same with Braylon Harris. I think that's going to be our quarterback room moving forward. But it's interesting now with this patch update, you can't change any of the freshmen coming in. At least it's not letting me here, as we are going to advance the week, as hopefully training went very well for us. Epstein up to an 84, exactly what we needed, as we are an 86 overall now. Wide receiver Harris all the way up, but our offensive line peak 82, Glenn 86, 84 in the middle. What a jump up from Wade Stetzel. But 90s where Tame gets to, is look at the backups, Akbar and Lanning, both of them 80. I feel like with the right shuffling, our offensive line is going to be insane. But Eaton, the 5-star, 4 stars, Jam jumps up to an 86 overall. Our linebacking core now, maybe where my worries do lie, is corner, okay, jumps up, but safety spots looking very good as well. We may have built one of the best rosters in college football in a very short amount of time, as Rochelle up to an 80. I wanted that jump to be a little bit higher, but that's okay. But as we are asking people to leave, we have to take a note here. Freshman Mike Bequette all the way up to a 77. That's one of the best freshmen I've ever recruited. But some of our other notable freshmen include Jabrari Allen, 74 overall. But Danny Presley, the right guard, also is 73. Is going to be a good addition to this roster in the future. Jermichael Westbrooks at 70 overall at center starting out is very good. But Tyree Lamb, a 74 overall wide receiver. 89 speed's a little rough, but he's also a very good pickup for us. But it is now time to get into our final year as head coach of the Akron Zips. And in year number 5, our schedule is going to be tough, and we made it that way. California, Pittsburgh, Maryland, USF. Before getting into conference play, we've gone undefeated in conference play 2 straight years. I hopefully expect that to continue, but hopefully LaMarcus Rochelle can lead the way as our sophomore quarterback. Wide receiver Jalen Harris is going to have to step up as well. We did still put red shirts on because we are still recruiting this year. Still important to the challenges in the recruiting board, but our one big freshman getting playing time for us is Mike Bequette, 77 overall, 95 speed, 82 man coverage. Because actually, I'm going to move him ahead of Javon Goodwin. Mike Bequette sitting there with the better man coverage. It's just the zone coverage is very not good. But in our final year, I want to jump in to one of our biggest games. Number 2 team in the nation, Cal. That's who we're taking on paper. We're better than by 2 overall points. So hopefully we can walk away with a very big statement piece in year number 5. But after our defense did get a stop on the opening drive, we're going to take over. I want to see what we can do here across the middle. It is going to beat Iancheno, and Iancheno goes down. But Fletcher's also going to be very interesting at receiver here. So we're going to take this shot to the outside, try to hold on to it, and unfortunately it doesn't get in. But with Epstein, this is going to be a one-on-one here as the cutback lane's going to open up, and it's Epstein off to the races, getting a really good gain. It's good to see him develop in year number 3, where he's going to be very much needed for us to find our success, as he gets another big run right up the middle here, trucking through a defender. But that is absolutely awesome. He's going to go jet sweep. Now we have to get the ball to Jalen Harris. I feel like it's a must here, as he's got the sideline, maybe even getting into the end zone, going down at the 5. But why not maybe try to go right back to him here, zig route? That's not going to happen. Instead, we're going to go out to Epstein, turn it up the field, get a couple of yards out of the deal, making us at the 3. But now Boone checks in, another run up the middle. Boone in, touchdown, maybe no, he gets stopped, as we are at the ultimate inches yard line. QB sneak though in. Rochelle rushing touchdown to start the year. Different than what we're usually doing. We're 80-20 pass run, but the run works here on the opening drive, and that's a very good sign. Going to the sim now. Cal did put up some points, but it's 14-3. Absolutely love to see it here. Going now to the end of the first half, still sitting pretty as we put in another score. The number 2 team in the nation getting a run for their money here, as we are up by 11 in this game, now extending all the way up. But the fourth quarter is here, and there's still a little bit separating. Now only 8 points. Cal trying to perform the comeback. Akron trying to put him away. It's not working, but this is it right here. Timeoke is back for us. An interception in the fourth quarter is huge, and that should be enough to put this game away. And we start off the season taking down the number 2 team in the country. It doesn't get much better than that. LaMarcus Rochelle, Jalen Harris, the push to the playoffs starts right now. But with this win, it doesn't mean that we are ranked, and that's the quickest we've ever been ranked. One game into the season, getting to the number 22 spot in the country is massive for us. But we still have the rest of this stretch to get through. Pittsburgh and Maryland are up next. USF did lose their game, which sucks because they were the Cinderella team last year. It's like when we did play Charlotte, not the same success, but recruiting is going very well this season. Getting guys over to the finish line as quickly as possible is going to be the goal. We're spreading around the points nicely, and I like the board that we built out. But things for us went very, very well. Yes, Pitt is still ranked higher than us, even though we did beat them in their game. Rochelle, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 417 yards. But against Maryland, we knocked them out of the top 25. 3 touchdowns, no picks for Rochelle. Boone heading the running back position. A little interesting there, as it is Epstein getting injured. But against USF, it went down to the wire. An overtime game that Akron was able to pull out. Rochelle 5 touchdowns, as it was USF just running the football on us. Ridiculous number. But MAC conference play is opening up, and we're going to be sitting in an interesting spot. We don't play Buffalo this year, but we have to win out every single one of our games. So that would create an undefeated season for us, because we played the hard teams, came out on top, and I think it's going to help us as we go deep maybe into this college football playoffs. Maybe this is the year. We're an 8-6 overall team. Is that going to be enough? But after beating Bowling Green, we lost to Western Michigan. Sim forward, didn't even think about it. Thought it was going to be an easy win for us. Unfortunately, didn't go that way. Rochelle threw 3 interceptions. This is absolutely insane. Fletcher still balled out, though, which is nice. But looking at the tackling number, good amount of sacks, no or 1 interception, but just wasn't our game. But I still think LaMarcus Rochelle's balling out for us this season. 20 touchdowns, 5 interceptions in 6 total games. Definitely not bad numbers. Running the ball wise, not bad either. Receiving, it's Fletcher leading the way by a whole lot here, but that means for the rest of our season we're gonna have to win out if we want a chance, because just with that 1 loss we jumped from 9 to number 25 ranked. This is very dangerous for us, but luckily we have won out, getting ourselves to the rivalry game, now up to 7-1 on this season. So we've won 3 out of our 4 conference games. But the last bit of the rivalry is here. Can we walk away with a win? We are 11-12 overall points better than Kent State, where Travis is going to be the one returning today to start this game. We're just going to play this opening drive here as we do take this return up to the 25, but we've won the last 5 of these games. Part of that challenge I added in, it succeeded. We had a winning record. Maybe we can extend it to 5-0 now, but we'll see what we can do. As we're going to go for a deep shot, as it's almost intercepted. Harris had him burned, but it is nice to see Epstein back. That's very, very big for us here, as we're going to go to the outside with Necho, and he's got the broken tackle getting up now. But I really like the way our team has developed so far here, is maybe we could break this tackle to get the first. We don't, but the RPOs are absolutely awesome, except for when that happens here. Epstein, though, still finding a hole. As on 3rd and 1, we're going to go speed option here, as we're going to go out, pitch it to Epstein. Epstein's got a lot of space here down the sideline. Good juke move to break off 1 tackle, then flip up and over. But Boone's going to check in now on a run instead here, and Boone's got a lot of space. Boone could almost be gone there. Now we're going to bring Harris on a jet sweep. I absolutely just love this play here out to the outside. As long as the blocks can get picked up, that's going to be a touchdown. Harris in, score, opening drive, good. As hopefully this could be a blowout win for us, as we are going to go back now to the sim. But so far it's been nothing crazy. We put in 2 field goals since, now finally putting in a touchdown as we go to halftime, making it 20-7. Now gets extended, now 27-10 here as we're going into the 4th quarter. Not a lot of separation here, as Kent State did put in a score, but it's a very long drive coming out from us, as that should be the nail in the coffin, as we do tag in 1 more for good feeling, as we walk away 37-17 in this game, as we did battle for the wagon wheel one more time, walk away victorious in this one. Rochelle 271, 3 touchdowns. playing so good for us as a sophomore. But even better, we did have some recruits at that game today. It was George Jordan, W name, but we're in a battle with South Carolina for the same with Josh Hahn, a 3-star that I do really like. Maybe that can help us secure the commitment and the win on him. But so far, everything's looking pretty good. This class, not the best in the world, but I do like how it's developed. Looking at the MAC, we are sitting in 2nd place. We have 3 4-stars and 4 3-stars. A top 25 class is going to be very hard to get with those numbers, but the visit was enough to get George Jordan, a 4-star wide receiver, and Josh Hahn. So very, very good job. That rivalry game did so much more for us than just keep us inside the top 25, as it got us another 2 recruits after that. Looking at it, 4 different people hit the recruitment text this week, but no game has been remotely close through the MAC. We have dominated our way through, except for our 1 loss, sitting at 1st place as we go down here, looking for it. 6-1. Bowling Green 6-1 as well, but we did beat them. Western Michigan, the only team we did lose to, and it's clear that we are just a better team. Bowling Green, though, did actually fight themselves into a ranking, so it looks like the winner of us may make it into the college football playoffs, depending on how this last week goes, in which we play Ball State. I think we're going to win in this one, though, so we are going to sim past, but I could definitely be eating my words here as we do move forward. How did we do? Yes, we got a tight end, which is great. Yes, we got a halfback, which is great, but I need to know, did we win? Thank goodness. 7th in the nation, Akron Zips, MAC championship, and we are playing Bowling Green, who's now up to 16th in the country. Very risky. If we win, we're in college football playoff. But before we jump into our conference championship game, this is what's at stake. Right now, we're sitting at the projected 7th seed. We are winning and we are getting in. That's how this works. I love this side of the bracket. I think we can beat every single one of those teams. So can we win in a Lucas Oil Stadium? This is all it comes down to. We've played Bowling Green in this place before, and in this one, we're going to jump into the sim because I want to try to win this game. It's as simple as that, and we are going to be starting on offense. It's going to be us to return here, going up the middle. There's a lot of space, and we may be gone. Oh my goodness, so close. What a way to open up the game. As looking at it, we are 86% pass this year. That is wild, but 520 yards per game, I will take it. As to start out, we are going to go to Epstein with our great field position here, just over to him, but the blocking doesn't work out. The safeties are kind of pinched here. This would be awesome if we can get a one-on-one, test it up, back shoulder throw. Harris makes the catch, as this is just a very good way to start this game here today. Epstein to the outside. He's going to be getting a carry of 7. I do want to put this one into the end zone now here. The crossing route is going to come open, though, as long as we can hold on to it, but we can't. So now we need to pick this up. Crossers coming out here again. We're going to go to it. He's going to be open, but we missed the throw. 4th and 3. And so we're going for it here on 4th and 3. The blitz coming out, hitting it underneath. He just got to hold on to it, and we do. Very good catch there to keep our drive alive, as we're going to take this one to the outside. We have a lot of separation. One-on-one to the end zone. We can't dive in. But with Rochelle, we have to look for it. We're going to scramble out here to the outside. Now you see it. We're going to go to it. It's going to be a touchdown. Akron points on the board first. We're going to play a drive of defense as well this season, and that's going to be coming right up next. Bowling Green themselves had a great return. They start with an H-back look, run up the middle here. Good scrape off, and we do make the tackle. Tavares and Biteku in the middle. 2 very good linebackers. I like the way both of them have developed. Now they bring man in motion, maybe split inside zone. Expecting to go back to the run here. It's a read option. Quarterback, a lot of running room. I was worried about him earlier because he was a freshman, but now in his sophomore year, appears to develop pretty well. He's a dangerous runner with the football in his hands. As they go run here again, the cutback lane, we kind of completely abandoned it, as they're just going to continue to move this H-back around, set themselves up for another read option here. Quarterback running, good tackle though, good hit by Biteku. But we're going to be bringing blitz now, try to catch them off rip, off balance here as they go out, run to the outside. We are there though to make the play. Great fill. Dylan Summer does make a really good play there from the safety spot. We're just going to continue to bring this blitz as they go to the air, quick and underneath, and we're almost jumped on it. Good job. But on 3rd and 5, what are they going to do here? Actually draw play, but we came in right to make it perfectly. Really good job. But on 4th and 3, they're going for it. They're going to the air, quick and underneath. Maybe is instead they're taking a deep shot back in the end zone. Bouquet's there, and he's over top of the coverage. The freshman doing a really good job there, as we are going to take it to a 4th and 1 and then punt this ball away as we do jump into the sim now. Bowling Green is going to respond with 3 points. We need to go on some good drives. Like, we get great field position here, but can't put in the touchdown. And it looks like going to halftime, it may be a tied football game here unless we can get something rolling. As this 4th and 17, we punted away, and it just does go to halftime here. But finally here, late in the third quarter, we did have a drive going, but we missed the field goal. That's rough. You can't miss those, as Bowling Green is going to put in 3 points here, but we respond very, very quickly. But I want to jump in here with 5 minutes left to try to put something on the board here. So we're going to go to the mini crosser just to pick up some yards, but I want to try to put this game away. Epstein, 3rd and 1, running up the middle. Can we pick it up? Yes, we do. Epstein's only a sophomore, but he's turned into a pretty decent running back. I wanted more out of him. Unfortunately, wasn't the case as we go ahead to a run here. Good spin move from him just to get some more yards out of the deal. But the thing is, our offensive line got so unbelievably good from our recruiting across the board. Tame, especially in the middle. So many good guys, though, as we've been able just to block and put teams away just by doing simple things like that. But also in the pass blocking, I mean, giving Rochelle as much time in the pocket as possible is nice, as that screen doesn't go anywhere. But 2nd and 11, can we get a pass to work here? As I see the crosser coming out here, it is going to be caught. Epstein holds onto it for the first down. But with 4 players out there, it's going to be interesting to see how this operates. We just have to get the speed to the outside, and we do. Aincheno gets in for a touchdown. We maybe just did enough to put this game away, put him to sleep, but there still is 3 minutes, 35 seconds left in this game. We're going to jump back into the sim, see if our defense can hold out here. And oh my gosh, did we make a play. We got an early stop, turned around, 1 play, 18 yards, Trevor Epstein touchdown. That should be enough to put this game away most definitely here as we're going on another drive, as it is us winning the MAC championship. Massive for the Akron Zips, massive for Coach Joe Moorhead and our rebuild, as LaMarcus Rochelle, 1 player of the game, but our defense, such a good job there late to put Akron away, as we may have just secured our spot to the college football playoffs. But who are we going to be playing if we are in? We're simming forward past week 16. Yes, we got Roderick Penn, which was a very nice pickup. Olashansky is also a good pickup, but I am worried about who we're playing. The college football playoffs is here. Yes, we leveled up. That's great. But we're playing the Oklahoma Sooners, as Antonio Teague does win the Heisman Trophy out of Wisconsin, so that's pretty cool. But playing the Oklahoma Sooners, not the matchup I wanted. I'll be completely honest. I was more than happy with the bracket that we did see earlier, as we did drop from the 7th to the 8th, and that's what really messed us up, because I would have rather played Tech. But for us, we have to worry about Oklahoma, and if we win that game, we have to play Wisconsin, the #1 seed, so it's just going to get risky. But we have to see how it all turns out here in our first game against Oklahoma, where we are at home, which is so unbelievably dope for this one. We're at home in front of our home crowd, but the Oklahoma Sooner, very good roster. Overall wise, better than us, so it's going to be very, very risky. As to start this game, Oklahoma is going to be kicking this one off to us. We're going to go on our first offensive drive, see how we do. Maybe a good return, not going to happen. But starting out, we're going to a mesh concept. Why not? It's bread and butter here. Hitting the crossing route coming out. Shador is going to get up almost for a first down, but I just want to be really, really smart about this here. As we're going to try to run forward just for the first down, not get it. Go, hurry up, run the same exact play. Now 3rd and 4. We got to pick this one up, and it's not going to happen. The last time we should have thrown it, so we start the game with a punt. Not what we wanted. A complete lapse of play there, as we're going to come down, try to force a fumble. Great hit though by Tavares. Go to the sim now. How will Oklahoma do? It looks like we actually forced them to punt the football away. We're driving Akron. We need the score here early in this game, as we do. Oh my goodness, but Oklahoma responds right away. That's going to be the problem in this one. We may be in a shootout here as we do punt this football away. Oklahoma scores again right away. Luckily enough, we do get a field goal out of it. We just need to hold Oklahoma, but it's big play after big play after big play, and we have no answer here as Oklahoma does put up a field goal. The problem is Oklahoma just continues to put up points here on us. We are down by 10, and so in the second half, we're going to be starting jumping in a little bit just to see how we can do. Back shoulder throw is going to be completed, and we break away from it here. Almost a score on our first play, as I'm all for that. There's Rochelle. We're snapping it. Going to be stepping up, and we're going to be taking off here, just sliding down after a decent gain. 2nd and 2. Leaking out here. We're just going to dump it off to Epstein, the running back. He's going to get the first down, but we do injure Cameron Peak. No, our best lineman, but luckily enough, we do have at least some depth, so it's going to be an 81 overall. We're placing him here. Jet sweep coming out now. Do we have the speed with Harris to get the edge? Yes, we do, and more. First down picked up. Hopefully with Epstein, we can run this one in here. Maybe a good play as we do try to spin out of that tackle, losing a yard, but one-on-one, I need Harris to win this zig route. We're going to it, a bread and butter type of play here as we get out, and he's got the catch, got the corner, got the touchdown. He is so unbelievably good for us. That is what we needed, as now the lead is cut to 3 points. Hopefully, fingers crossed, our defense can make some stops. And they do. They punt the football away. They got up the field just a little bit. Our offense has to go on another good drive here. Going down the field. Please put this up 4th and inches. But we did pick it up and get a 28-yard run with Epstein. 1st and goal now, 2nd and goal, and we put in a touchdown. We're up by 4 going into this 4th quarter. But Oklahoma responds very quickly with a touchdown. That's absolutely awesome here as we punt this football away. Now still just down by 3 in this game. We force Oklahoma to punt again, but our offense just can't get it into gear. We have to make a stop. Going down, 2nd and 16, 4th and 12. They get a field goal. And so with 2 minutes, 50 seconds left, we're going for it here. We're going to make a push. Heading in that offensive drive again. It's all going to be started on this return here, getting out to the 20. We're going to start out with Epstein on the run here. Epstein getting up the field just a little bit. That's a perfect run. We'll go to the hurry up right away. But with them pinching everybody here, I do want to take a deep shot to Harris. We're going to throw it up. There's going to be a penalty, though, as that ball could have been caught as I tried to click on, but instead there's a holding call. And now that's going to be pushed us back to 2nd and 13. Bad penalty there as we got to regain a little bit as we're going to get sacked. Not what we wanted. 3rd and 20 in the day. So we just have to go for it here. We're going to go to the outside. He's going to be caught on the sideline. 4th and 1. That's a great play. So we are going to go for it here. And we have to pick up this 1st down in Epstein. Thank goodness we could cut that back. And going to the hurry up now. Vertical concept coming out here. As I do see it maybe up and over the top. Maybe we could put this ball in. No, it's intercepted. Oh my goodness. I thought we could lob it up and over with the one-on-one. And so defensively, we have to make a stop here. They're going to run this ball out, force us to punt it away. Yes, run right here. Fill very nicely with Mafe. Burn a timeout. 2nd and 12. Run again. Right side. The cutback lane opens up. We gets the 1st down. Man in motion, though, as they do go jet sweep. We just have to bring him down. Burn another timeout. We need to bring him down here. Run up the middle. He's going to almost pick up the 1st down. 3rd and 3. With the clock running down, we just need to bring him down before 40 seconds. Man in motion, though, this could be called for a delay game, as no, it's actually going to be snapped here. Run up the middle, and we do stop him. We need to get a block here with no time left. We're going to be able to chuck up maybe one ball, as this is going to be punted up and away. Is this going to be out of the back of the end zone? And we're going to be given 4, 5, 6 seconds left.
Score quickly here, trying to dial up some big plays. Now wasn't alert enough, didn't get the play off. That'll cost him 5 yards. Delay of game, offense. Quarterback unaware of the play clock, that'll cost them 5. In these playoff games, it's win or go home. So one side can continue to dream about the national championship. The other side suddenly, Kirk, their season is over, but it's been a good ride.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. You know, it's easy to focus on the team that advances, and they should be.
But it didn't give us a chance to run a play. Instead, it gave us a delay of game, which was a 10-second runoff as I was getting things ready. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. And that's how we end. Akron, the rebuild, very, very good. Unfortunately, not able to win the college football championship. We were there. We were close. And so, yeah, that didn't end how we wanted. But the Akron rebuild, I think, was mostly a success. We didn't complete all of our goals, but if we want to run it back for a second half, season 6 through 10, make sure to let me know. But that's going to be the end of the video for now. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did enjoy. And as always, I will see you in the next one.